Britannica. Mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Meltology 101, baby. Once you see the melted bricks, you won't fall for their lame-ass tricks. Geologist, you're fired.
Generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Boom, baby!
Just how many, quote, natural formations are really just extremely weathered, once extremely large stone-built structures? Maybe there are many stone granite hills, and even maybe mountains that dot our earth, which grand structures of a forgotten people.
Boom, baby!
Encyclopedia Britannica. Mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
They told me it was all in my head, that I don't know what I'm talking about.
So come on and diggity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Check. So you better run a check. So come on and diggity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Yeah. Come on, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Chickity check. Yeah. Chickity check. Chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you wreck yourself. So chickity check yourself before you wreck yourself. Motherfucker. Better run a check. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. Cause bitches like you is bad for my health. Yeah. Chickity check. Yeah. Chickity check. Yeah. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. So tickety check yourself before you wreck yourself. Come on and check yourself before you rickety wreck yourself. We mix old school too. Yeah. It's like a jungle sometimes. It makes me wonder how I keep from going under.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the show. I'm sending myself a bunch of pictures right now. And I got my co-host backstage and our favorite guest that we love to have on. Shapu, my wingman, my brother from another mother, is here with me, of course. How you doing, Shapu? He might not be there yet. There he is.
Yeah, I'm here. Sorry, I was looking at stuff, and
All
my
right.
coffee just rang.
I usually do 3 songs. I did too. I know.
Again, yeah, you got me on the last show, and again today.
I did. I'm switching it up a little. You got to keep it fresh. Got to keep you on your toes. You know.
Yeah.
Get too settled into a certain way of doing things.
Yeah. Good.
All right. So
glad to be here. I thought about like telling you maybe I'll do another day, but here I am. I'm tired, but I'm here.
I'm glad you're here. I know. I'm sorry. It was a little later today, but let's get CFM on here and we'll get started and we'll plow through this and you can probably get
Yeah, it looks like I say this like on every show. Like I'm
I
tired,
know
but-
you do, but you've been working a lot, and I know, and it's really cold and stuff, so that makes you all tired and wore out and everything. We got CFM here with us, guys. What's up?
Hey, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Welcome. I'm glad to have you.
I feel exactly how you do, Shapu. It's hard to like maintain regular world, whatever that is anymore, and try to get content for these shows and hit all these posts and time zones and stuff. So I appreciate all the work both of you do. And so,
Oh, thank you. Well, we appreciate you.
Yes.
oh, and by the way, this guy is also an amazing artist. Look, he designed this. And I liked it so much, I asked if he could put it in his store. So he put it in just for me. I don't know if it's still there. And I ordered a pillow. Isn't that cool?
That is awesome. I love that. Yes.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah. And of course, my Make It Make Sense shirt, there's that, same guy.
And my Make It Make Sense
Right.
shirt's on its way, too.
This up here. He's up there. Everything's backwards in this world.
I know.
Yeah.
It's all reversed. All right, guys. So we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to tear up the Dark Ages and shed some light on it. Because I think, of course, they manipulated the timeline. You guys know how I feel about it. I know how you guys feel about it. So what were these Dark Ages, these supposed medieval times, and how were they able to, build these amazing feats of cathedrals and different types of castle architecture of the time, mucking around in the mud with less than what the people in the 1800s had. and the fashions that went along with all of this architecture, this architecture, and the clothes that they tell us that these people were wearing at the time. Because how do we even know what they were wearing back then? Where do they get that information from? And that part's really interesting to research into. And I got a bunch of stuff about that. So we're definitely going to get into those types of things. But Shapu's got stuff and CFM has stuff as well, which is just all around medieval times.
Jen, it's interesting. One of the things you're mentioning there is them walking around in these beautiful dresses and stuff and all that. And it was one of the first, I guess you'd call them reset videos that I ever watched. And it was this guy, I'm trying to remember his name, but the title of the video was, where are the fucking beach towels? And it showed all the people that showed up at Coney Island, and they're all sitting on this. I've shown it, I think, and you've shown it too. They're sitting on the sand in these beautiful outfits, no beach towels in sight. It's like they were planted there before sending everyone around everywhere. So,
yeah. Looks like there was only one type of bat swimsuits,
Yeah.
The striped one with the
like the prisoner suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But the women are all in dresses, really nice dresses and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been watching videos on the garments that they wore in the 1300s, 1400s, even like the 12th century and stuff. And it's layer upon layer of all this craziness. And it makes no sense. They're mucking around in the mud and they're wearing things that are not just suitable for what they're supposed to be doing, and accomplishing and stuff like that. At one point, the shoes got so outrageous that their points were like 3-4 feet long out, and they would tip them up. Even the knights had pointy, long, supposed toe things. I mean, it's ludicrous. To me, it makes no sense at all. So I was really curious to where they even get the idea of what these people wore, besides any kind of remnants of those types of outfits still remaining, which are very few. I mean, they do have the chainmail and the armor that these knights wore, supposedly, like in England or in Ireland and all these other places, French and everything. But, we don't really know the true history of a lot of things. We're going by their narratives that way. So it seems to be only manuscripts and paintings that are supposedly being from that time is how they know what those people were wearing. That's it. That's all they have to go by.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It seems this way, yeah. But I've seen like the what's it called again? The drawings that I showed, like from the 1700s, like comical drawings.
Yeah.
They make fun a lot of the fashions that they had before, because they couldn't understand why the big hair, the big dresses, all those big things when there's mud and no road. And yeah.
And the other thing that I started trying to look into is, I think you're going to cover, is stockings and like nylon stockings. So if you try to look up how to hand make a stocking, all you get are like giant Christmas stockings. Like, no one shows you how to make that intricate hosiery. And if they were doing it by hand, my God, like how long does that take? And it's just, it's wild when you start going so deep in it. Plus, it's super hot when you put 1,000 different things on and try to walk around.
Yeah, the whole story of the whole thing with the men's clothing and everything about it, I have it all up. We're going to get all into it. But before we dive into all that real deep and start showing all our stuff, I have a few things I wanted to show, and also a couple of things I didn't get to show last week when I had when we were doing the LiDAR show. So I'm going to just hit play on this and see what you guys think. Did you send me this, Chapeau? This reel? I think you did.
Yes, I sent it to you. I think it's Steffi Davis that shared it.
Steffi, right. And this is really interesting, guys. Check this out real quick.
Quarry in Moldova. And just take a look right past that excavator. Found several meters buried at the bottom of this quarry. What did they find? Another buried brick archway.
Oh,
this
baby!
One reportedly found 15 meters underground. Whether it's right beneath your feet or about 50 feet down, the evidence can be found everywhere. The evidence of the many resets, many lost civilizations, buried. You just have to look for it. Start by researching the mud flood and fall of Tartaria. Dig up our true past, friends. Question everything. Until next time.
That's pretty cool, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
And I also want to announce it here on your show that we've made it to the moon again. There's I guess it was a United States, but it wasn't NASA, of course, whatever. It's still NASA. They sent a lander that just landed, I think, like an hour ago, and you can watch cartoons on it all day long. That's all you get. So
I don't know if you saw like I know you've seen the other like lunches or anything. How they celebrate when they just make something. But today it's been a long time since they landed on the moon. If you look at the room, it's like two people clapping or what's going on? It's like so
because it wasn't a NASA sanctioned mission, so they didn't have the usual actors, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right, guys. So did you hear about this? You could just the world's first artificial meteor shower will take place in 2025 with hundreds of stars. The skies over Japan. So they're coming out and officially telling you they've
Oh
been
my
faking meteor
God.
showers because now they're faking meteor showers.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there it is right there. Make that make sense.
Love it.
Yeah, now it brings up the question. So when the when the meteor showers like around August, so they just go up
Yeah.
there and shoot stuff, you know.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Once they've told you it, then you go, okay, how far back has this been going on? You know, because now they're announcing they can do it. So then it's like weather warfare. There's this whole thing going on that stupid Nextdoor thing, and someone mentioned that look, it rained right after they sprayed, and everyone's like, "You crazy conspiracy theorist." So I went on there, and sent articles to them and said, "Look, you got in Dubai, they talk about the billions of dollars they spent to modify their weather whenever they want. We talk about throughout the U.S. wars, like in Vietnam and stuff, they use fog warfare and different things. We talk about how we've used it throughout all of our existence, and yet no one listens. No one believes it. They see the skies all tic-tac-toe. And now, how long have they been shooting fake meteors? They predict them, right? They got certain ones that come every year, right?
Right. Yeah, they know. It's theirs. I showed on one of Steve's shows, or it was one of my old shows that Steve was on with me, the machine that they use and the thing that they shoot out the planes. They look like flares, but they actually go like 6, 7, 8, even 10 to 20 miles, even some of them shooting straight across the sky, just like we see meteors shooting straight across the sky like little tiny fireballs. And that's what they are. And they have these ground-based ones that they could shoot up, or they do it off of a plane, and it just shoots it out across the horizon and in the direction that they say that these meteor showers are coming, and we see them flying across the sky. And just like that, our tinfoil hats turned into crowns of knowledge.
Ania said about Starlink. That's the thing. When you try to research Starlink, it's really hard to describe. Like, of course, Elon, they say they did it, but there's discussions whether the Defense Department actually did it, so that you still don't even know what it is or who's doing it or why it's there. You know what I mean? We just see it.
Yeah, it's named Sky Canvas for projecting. Some kind of projector thing they're going to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it's just a projector. Huh?
Nuclear replicant particles.
Maybe they don't actually shoot anything. Maybe it's a projection.
No, they're going to be installed in a satellite 250 miles up and then released over a designated area.
Yeah, well, I'm not buying that. We go back to the projection part. I'm wondering,
down here,
are they telling us that?
For this project named Sky Canvas, particles will be installed in the satellite. So they're installing them in the satellite.
For a project. I see. Never mind.
Yeah, and then they hit the go button and it releases when they want it to. But still, that's them telling you they're doing this stuff.
Yeah.
So in this thing, we're gonna see those giant things light up the sky coming from this thing. You know, how big are they? You know, if they're supposed to be that high, it should be really big so we can see it. You know, so
here it is. This is how big they are. These metallic particles will be spheres in diameter of 4 inches or 1 centimeter and a mass of a few grams. There you go.
Oh,
Pea-sized ball. See, it says right here, a pea-sized ball. Have a secret chemical.
Ooh, secret chemical. What is that?
It causes them to light up from the friction of re-entry at speeds up to 5 miles, 8 kilometers a second.
What do they say they shoot? Like barium and aluminum because it spells ball in the periodic table.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So now they're saying like I will be able to see a 0.5-inch thing 240 kilometers away.
Yeah,
they
exactly.
The stargazers over 125 miles area. So they got a pretty nice range there.
Wow. Oh, and they can change the color. Look at that. They can it's just how they do fireworks here on Earth.
So we'll be seeing that soon. China's
because we know that ain't happening. That picture there, the satellite's not up there. So however they're going to shoot it, it's going to be a low Earth orbit thing. Because that's all garbage. I know I'm a satellite, and I have a question without anybody looking it up. How do you spell satellite? You think I'd know this perfectly because of what my job, my channel is.
Yep.
But I just recently saw that it's been Mandela in my mind. And when you look up the official spelling, it has 2 ways now, which is always interesting. Whenever they have,
what?
Yeah. But I remember having satellite with 2 T's is no longer, it's gone. No bueno.
No. Oh,
No. If anybody remembers Satellite with 2 T's, you're from a different timeline, as Patrick Robert would say.
Well, I have a Mandela effect. This Woody Woodpecker's got some crazy green eyes now. And
A lot of the cartoons have been doing that. Tom and Jerry got.
The way I remember him, maybe not with the hair up so front, maybe slicked back a little bit more, but these black eyes, and he didn't have green eyes. Now, when you look him up, he's got these crazy, weird, bright green eyes now. It's just very disturbing.
It is. And Tom and Jerry, I think Tom got either that or yellow ones. But yeah, see everyone in the chat, Satellite, is it 2 L's at the end or 2 T's at the beginning? It's either way now. It's both ways.
Any way you want it. It's
any way you want it. Yeah, that's how the Mandela works. You can do whatever you want now.
Yeah.
Oh boy. All right. So let me see here if I had some other stuff to show you guys from last week that I didn't get to show. This is the place. It's crazy. I wish they showed a more above view of it, but they didn't. So whatever. It is what it is, but you get the idea. And what did I hear here?
Yeah, we could see.
All right. So hold on. Let me go back over here. Come off screen share. So that's what I wanted to show to get caught up from last week and that other video there and the meteor shower. It's just crazy. It's funny though that me and Steve used to talk about that a lot and talk about the stars. And we were doing a lot of video and at the time of like what they say is Venus, which we shouldn't see, by the way, if Venus is where they tell us it is. So that's interesting. But anyway, I wanted to know what you wanted to start off with, maybe CFM. Let's pull up some of your stuff and check it out before we dive into my side of it.
And I don't know if my microphone's hot. Let me see how I don't know which button that is. Maybe this one. I'll try that. So we'll see. Okay. What do we have here? Go clickety click.
Clickety click. I think
let's see. And we'll go over here. Okay. You seen this?
I got it. Here we go.
So now, apparently, Shapu's got a lot of information on this, which is cool. I just did, touch the surface of it. But I found this article interesting because it says, it tells you the misconceptions. But then when I read through it, I'm like, well, is that really a misconception? Because where is it? Where it says, let's see, okay, is extremely heavy and renders it the wearer immobile. Okay, they're like, no one says it's immobile. Or whatever that word is, immobile. But the entire suit usually weighed between 45 and 55 pounds. And the helmet was around 4 to 8 pounds. So, and they equate it to like a fireman with his oxygen gear and stuff like that. But the fireman's not in there supposedly fighting for his life and swinging something. He's got to be moving a sword or a spear or something. Right?
Yeah. How about when they would do jousting even? They had those huge poker things and the big helmets on when they were jousting with their shields and trying to, I mean, what is...
But I can see, like they said for that was like a ceremonial thing. And
they they always move.
Yeah, they always go weird with those things. But I'm talking about the actual battleware and stuff. That it was really difficult, I would think, to move around in this stuff. And in addition to that, when you get into the whole chainmail discussion, it's only good for slicing. Any kind of stabbing motion, it's useless. It goes right through it. So that didn't help. And in addition to that, they say, it wasn't hard to see and stuff. But just depicting this, like that guy can barely see from any direction except right here. And if that guy goes higher, he doesn't even see him. No. Or lower. He'll never see it.
Yeah. And they tell us in these battles that they show us, I know, that there are a lot of people all around, so you don't see someone coming from the side or anything. So you're done anyway. So it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, the Hollywood idea of battles is just insane when you start breaking it down. I mean, what a chaotic mess. Yeah. Everyone's got the same kind of armor and similar color outfits. They're not holding these flags. If you're going to go and someone's going to try to stab you, you're going to have one hand holding a flag? This is life and death. It's not Hollywood movies. How are you going to find the friend or foe in this?
Exactly. That always bothered me in all these scenes that we've seen, these movies and stuff. I'm like, how do they know? You don't know the whole army. How do you know who's your friend at this point and who isn't?
And then you got horses. Throw horses in the mix. First of all, these horses, what do they possibly do? They're completely surrounded in a melee like this. Melee, whatever. There's not gonna much they can do. Yeah, maybe they could trample a few people, but all you got to do is stab the horse, stab the guy. It's over. You got 20 people here right in front of it. That doesn't make any sense.
Medieval stuff never made any sense to me.
Like you go into some of these, this is like the most famous medieval battle in Warsaw, and when you break it down, I mean, look what's going on in this, and a lot of people aren't even in any kind of armor. There are a few. But whose side are you on? And why didn't they stab this guy? He seems to be running it all. Seems to be pretty easy, right? He's in red.
Yeah.
But isn't that wild?
You know, there's so many reproduction fakes out there in paintings. Like, you know, and they're really good at it. I wonder if all of these paintings and depictions that we have about these times were not, you know, maybe done up and put out for us at some point and into the historical narratives.
Right, because since there's no recorded like photographs or anything of these times, it's all drawings and paintings and whatever. And you know, when you look at this, I mean, it's impossible for you to know who you're fighting at this point. You know, and then how about this one? This one showed people with the same color shields on both sides.
And you know what's interesting too is that during this time when they're supposed to be, it's actually the millennial reign, they depict this whole time as pretty much warring and barbaric to a certain extent.
Right, because the exact opposite, right, of the light years.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
That's why they want us to think that it was a feudal world before. That's all they say. You know, this world was built on war and all this stuff, and they want you to think that you came from a feudal world that was like that, and it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna be like this in the future also. That's why they keep war a thing. You know?
And what? That's new, man. I like it. Okay, so what I found is like even in this depiction, as crazy it is, you see how they're separating. Yeah. It's a thing that's called, it's in war called the line, the line, drawing the line in the sand, the line in war, and actual battles that you can still see to this day, like modern day police riots, prison riots, whatever. They usually end up being a small skirmishes like in the front. It doesn't turn into like everyone all around just attacks everyone all around. It's always small groups that are doing it. And I came across this article because you can actually find good things on Reddit, I feel still. And it was really a great article where the guy discusses, instead of looking like a giant mosh pit, you know, rave.
Zale's saying your mic is a little hot.
Still.
Just a little.
Okay, yeah. Let's see. Is it this button?
It was a little earlier he said it. I'm scrolling down in the chat here. I'm just.
Yeah, I thought I turned it down once. Is that better?
No, now it's too low.
Yeah, now it's a little too low.
I can't hear me. Okay. Can you hear me now? Where's Melanie? You get that drug?
I do.
Can you hear me?
I think she's late. I didn't even see her in the chat. She's tardy.
Oh, yeah. Lately, she's been always tardy.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
So, there.
I think you sound good now.
I'm good?
Yeah.
Okay. Check. Okay, so but what he was saying, it's not like a giant mosh pit rave kind of thing. And he goes through the really thing about this article, and he talks about this called I'll put a link in if people want to read through this, calls the battle line. And they have different theories because they actually don't know. There's the pulse theory, which seems the most accurate, because the way he describes it is this: you're coming to a moment in time that you're in fear for your life, right? And there's something within us, this fight for survival, that we don't like to just put ourselves in peril. And if you're like the one guy running into all these guys, you're pretty much dead. So there's a trepidation where people back off. And then maybe they have small skirmishes, and it's a pulse theory that like they fight for a little bit and then they back off from each other and they lick their wounds and see where they're at. And it's an endurance thing, because don't forget, you got to feed all these people and stuff. And if these people all get exhausted and they've lost a bunch of men, they start turning and fleeing. And so then these people can go forward. And that's why the victors have way less, in theory, casualties than the losers. Not saying these are the losers, these are victors. They just chose that. But
Right.
as they run away, that's when most of the deaths seem to have occurred, because they're getting shot in the back as they're fleeing and being surrounded in smaller groups. And so he goes over about how this whole thing that they taught us is silly. And when you add on to it, you've got all that body weight of the armor. He says, I like this. I'll read it real quick, and then you can go on from here. He says, imagine this. You're far away from home, and since the morning you've been standing on a field somewhere in the middle of nowhere together with your fellow soldiers, all clad in armor during a hot summer day. Maybe 2 hours ago, something finally started happening. You've already been in a few clashes. You really don't know what's happening a kilometer or a mile away from you elsewhere on the field. You trust your commanders to know what they're doing, and you pray to whatever deity you worship. Then what for certain you know is you're tired and sick in the stomach from stress. Everywhere there's this human smell. You're sweating your balls off. There's barely enough air to breathe.
You might have to pee too.
That's in here too. Just like there's no air in a concert, maybe you've even pissed yourself because there's no time to take off the armor. You don't know what to think or what to feel. Your whole body is telling you, get out and go home. But you know you cannot just abandon your place. You most likely don't even know where exactly you are. A javelin comes flying out of nowhere, brings you back to consciousness that has hit your cousin right beside you. Now they're dragging him somewhere in the back. You might even think you're winning. You're gaining ground while the opposites are constantly backing away. But then suddenly you find out your entire flank is a mile away, has been routed, and you see men in the far distance running for their lives away from the field towards the forest on all sides of the hill while being pursued by riders on horses. You have no idea whether to hold your ground or run as well. That is a chaotic idea, and the filmmakers don't portray it as that, because doesn't that sound more realistic? Because if these guys all start running, you're going to run. You won't know if you're supposed to run, stay and fight. What's going on?
Yeah, because in the movies, they're always yelling back and forth at each other across all the battle and stuff. But, there's no way that they could even probably hear that. It's so unrealistic, this whole idea of the way they portrayed the Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance even. I think they use the Renaissance period as their way of bringing in all this art that goes with their narrative. Like like a storybook has pictures to go with it. Their story, their narrative that they've laid out has pictures and paintings to go with it. There's people out there today that it can make forgeries, great copies and renderings of famous, art of antiquity, Leonardo da Vinci and all this other stuff. No problem. And you wouldn't even know the difference. So we're just given this whole narrative, and it gets to the point where it's beyond ridiculous. So I'm going to get into a screen share real quick.
I like Adia says maybe the blind rode on the horses before wheelchairs. I don't quite understand how that connects, but you put blind people on a horse, they just mow down everyone. Maybe they go the wrong way even. None of that makes sense. What are you talking about, Adia?
I don't know. None of it makes sense. You got to make it make sense.
Make it make sense, please. Chapeau.
The Middle Ages roughly covers 1,000-year period. This is their words, not mine. This 1,000-year period is in my opinion, when the millennial reign took place. And they're calling it the Middle Ages or the Dark Ages because they say there was not a lot of writing. There was not a lot of art or any kind of creativity going on at the time. Very little was done that way because maybe people were too busy surviving or whatever like that. Whatever it wasn't good. And there was not much going on supposedly within this 1,000-year period. And in Europe during this time, the feudal system of government developed to take the place of the Roman rule, which had been in place for the previous 400 years. And so that's when Rome fell. And I said the other day on my show, it was 79 AD. I think it was 479. I meant to say something like that. I screwed that up. I'm sorry, guys. But anyway, this is important here. The time period we're talking about with this 1,000 years that they're trying to portray as a dark age. And which way did I want to go with this? I think this way. This were some pictures I had for Shapu. This crazy melt here. Just to give you an idea of some of the clothes that they were wearing at the time. You can see that like they have us thinking they were wearing these long, dressy kind of garbs and stuff. With status, of course, playing a role in their daily dress and everything. but we're in a time here, they're mucking around in the mud. They have less than the people in the 1800s have, okay? They have less. Not that much has even changed anyway. But for them to be wearing the apparels that they're wearing, and it just doesn't make sense with the daily lifestyle that they have. Let's put it that way. Dragging your dress around in the mud, stomping around in your fancy shoes in the mud and all this stuff like that. All of it it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and also it looks like they were wearing like silk and satin and really expensive materials that are not native from the
Right.
place in Europe, so they have to import all of these linen and stuff like that to make this. So
Yeah, and that didn't even really get going until like the 1400s. So prior to that, it was mostly like supposedly local stuff. Now you got to figure, you're mucking around in the mud, you're getting dirty. There's, there's no dryers and stuff. You got to wear these dirty clothes all the time. Your stockings are ripping. Who's making these stockings and stuff? And then the way that they show us that they built that their cathedrals and castles during this period is mind blowing. Considering that they can't quite figure out roads, and they're wearing shoes like this. This right here was actually in style for a minute. These type of very strange platform shoes that they wore. I have some other pictures and stuff of shoes that we're going to look at.
Someone just said, like LVK said, can we address the issue of wow, they made all these beautiful clothes without sewing machine?
Exactly.
They had like these big wooden like weaving machine, what they still use it like to make rugs and stuff, but
it's a loom. My wife uses a loom.
But to sew
it had to be done by hand. They didn't.
You had to have like small needles, and what they show that what they have, it's not, it's not even what we have today. Those small needles, So
yeah, I mean, could they be portraying like millennial reign clothes of people of that time that wore that kind of stuff during the millennial reign? That could be possible as well. But you had made a point behind backstage that a lot of these houses and stuff or whatever didn't have closets. Where did they keep all these clothes?
Yeah.
You'd say they kept them in trunks and all this stuff, but it just like the people in the 1800s and 1700s don't match the architecture. These people don't match the architecture either. You know what I mean? And this is high maintenance stuff that you have to take care of. And you would have to have multiples of them, even the regular average person. And there was a time when everybody was running around with these breeches and stockings and stuff. And really long shoes with these long shoes.
Look at that. Shit.
Oh, yeah, it was a thing. The longer, the better, I guess.
And the roads are completely still dirt and mud at this point.
Yeah, supposedly.
And this was also some kind of fashion that they were wearing as well. It's very strange. Hold on, I can't scroll on it. All right.
Just like Moses, they had horns.
Yeah, some kind of weird bird outfits they were wearing and stuff. I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. They were like some tribe. They were called Birdmans, and it was a legend. But
I was watching the YouTube feed, so I was behind a second or two. Sorry.
All right, so I'm not going to read this whole thing. I'll drop the link. But basically, they say here that the Middle Age clothing was integral to identifying one's place in the world. Medieval people were highly skilled at reading the meaning of fashion. Okay, so they're all into fashion, right? But they can't seem to. They can build cathedrals, right? But everybody's still basically just scraping by, right? Nobody's got any organization. It's just the king and all his subjects, and then the poor people over here who are, having farms and stuff. So it says, let me see, hold on, which is reflected throughout the paintings and pages, illustrated manuscripts. So here they're also telling us that they're getting this information from the old medieval manuscripts and paintings. Now, who's doing these paintings? Are they something that's legitimate? I don't know. Like I said, these narratives are all falling apart for me. So it just seems really strange that they would have all of this down pat of what these people were wearing and all this stuff. And none of it makes any sense. None of it, like logically speaking, the times that they're in makes sense that they would be having this type of clothing hierarchy, if you will. And the only way we know anything about it is because of these old pictures and paintings. See what I'm saying?
Make it make sense.
Yeah, because they said all these people that lived like in those castles, they had all these clothes, but who made them is the one that don't wear these clothes. They supposedly made them, so why wouldn't they make them for themselves also? So it's a bit of a contrast there from the poor and the rich, and who's making all of these things. So.
Okay, let's see here. For example, scholars wore red robes, carried additional prestige associated with high cost of crimson dye. So
we're not talking about the dye also, because to have the purple dye that they had, most of these royals, it came from only one place. So,
gold cloth was ultimate status symbol in medieval clothing. I think that, I don't know. What do you guys think about these narratives with this stuff here? Manuscript illustrators use costumes to help place figures in strict social hierarchy as Middle Ages and to identify people by profession: monks, doctors, lawyers, knights, scholars, queens, courtiers, and all be recognized at one glance by their descriptive clothing. And again, the only reason they know any of this is how it is in manuscripts or paintings. That's all they have to go by, is what these people wore.
Yeah. So they don't even know. They just figured out, oh, maybe this guy is a monk because he's dressed like this, and this one, oh, must be like a worker of something because he's dressed like this. That's the only thing that they have.
Yes, exactly. Like a page from the American Bible shows the Old Testament King David in bejeweled ceremonial dress, Christian Byzantine emperor who had ruled the eastern portion of Roman Empire. Although the Byzantine Empire had long ago fallen to the Ottoman Turks, the artistic traditions survived in Persian. King David's clothes nostalgically link him to the world of Byzantine. So, and a lot of people have mentioned this. Why is it that these people who are supposedly from, say, the time of Jesus being depicted in medieval clothing even and stuff like that? We've heard that a lot as well, which again doesn't make sense with their narrative. And then they have all this about the peasants' clothes and everything, the different layers that they would wear. It's extensive what they supposedly had to go through. I can't even imagine all the clothes that they must have had to have all the time. I mean, the whole thing just doesn't make sense to me.
And the most interesting thing is with those big clothes, you cannot dress yourself.
No,
you need someone to help you. You know?
You all had to have help. Yeah, you can't do any of this on your own. The one lady that I did watch do it on her own. I mean, it took her like a good 45 minutes just to get the hoop thing. She had to wear a hoop dress thing and all these other layers before she even got to the outside of the outfit to put that on. It like 45 minutes in.
And that's the same thing with the people on the battlefield. First of all, you probably just peed yourself, but what if you had to go do, number two?
No.
They say the only way you could do it is you had to take all the parts off connected to that area. Well, you can do that on a battlefield and hope no one shows up. You know what I mean?
I hope no one rips your stockings on the way.
Don't rip your stockings.
Yeah. Did you see what the writers of history did? Because they supposedly, the Romans were much better. They made them without pants so they could just piss and shit everywhere. No, look, they were much better than you know what?
Wait a minute. You're telling me that I don't want to look it up. You're telling me there's riders in the Roman war that have no pants so they can shit on their horse?
Oh, no, they say the story. When you see Romans, they have the top armor, like the chest armor, and
I'm gonna look
they
up
never
Roman
had armor down.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because they didn't need to take off anything to go to the bathroom, So
I see what you're saying.
Their business as they
they had a kilt or something. I get you what you're saying. It's not that they had no pants; they just had a skirt with one skirt.
Exactly.
Where's my stocking man?
Yeah, I burned my stocking. I need to go to war.
You never see depictions in any of these paintings of ripped stockings, do you? No, but today stockings rip all the time.
Oh yeah, they rip when you take them out of the package, I think.
Yeah, you would know.
Well, when I used to rob things, not
It
anymore.
took a village to build Europe's cathedrals. That's right. It took the whole damn village to build this. They all live back here in these little shacks and stuff, but they built this.
Yeah, what that's the reason. Why would you build this for?
Yeah, right. For 10 people.
Life in medieval towns revolved around constructing cathedrals, a massive undertaking that took generations of work by everyone from artists to architects to prisoners of war.
Yeah, and where's the material coming from? And
Who's putting the orders in? Who's cutting this stuff? Who's just the specs on these cathedrals are mind blowing.
Some of these things that go down like 100-year build, it's like, are they passing it down? And they're like, okay, this is how we're supposed to do it. Well, we can do it better now. No, you've got to follow the plan. I've passed it down to my son, and he's in charge now. I mean, it makes no sense.
Exactly. No, it doesn't. And exactly and there's supposed to be a war. That's why you built all of this. But you're a war with like your neighbors, and you need to trade with these people to have the more. I don't know how does it work. Yeah.
Right. You have to get all those supplies from the materials and then go to war with it.
Yeah. So there's something missing there. So.
Yeah, something's missing. Something ain't right.
Something ain't right. But thank you, Shapu, for that whole idea. I never even thought about it. The Romans didn't have pants. It's so true. Yeah. Yeah, LVK, bring me my lederhosen and my trusty steed. I'm going to battle.
Okay, so this is a painting, a depiction of them constructing cathedrals in the medieval times, in the Dark Ages, the 12th century, and
and
it's just someone's imagination, though, is what it is.
Take a look. Let's just see what we see. Okay, we got some guys doing their thing here. Down here, climbing ladders.
Were they giants? Because that's the cathedral's tiny.
I know.
That would make sense. Make it make sense. We enlisted all the giants that were still alive.
It gets better, though. It gets better. Look. So we have the guy over here looks like he's stirring up the mortar. I can't be
with
sure.
No pants, so he can crap with
it. He can do his business because he can't.
In that bucket.
Yeah. Right in the bucket.
The bucket's right there. Right.
This show's gone downhill.
It's like he's Scottish or something.
Somebody stacked some bricks up over here. Somebody got little stacks of bricks right there.
Good eye, but because look, he's a kilt and Scottish masonry, and he's got the Scottish kilt and the stuff. So they just represented a mason right there.
And he looks like he needs to relieve himself.
Yeah.
He's not looking good. He's looking a little cramped.
But the guy beside Jen, it's really funny because he's sitting down, but he's waving a pickaxe while he's sitting down.
Wait, what?
Yeah. This is how they carved every piece of this cathedral you're going to see. Yes.
Oh, that's just insane.
Start with the brick. Look, the brick. They're all doing the brickwork over here. This guy has
Cool
a basket full of bricks right here on his shoulder. You can see the bricks in his basket right here.
Johnny Cool Road shitting in buckets and building coliseums. Who fed the horses? There are no horses here, Panson. I don't see any.
I don't know who's making bricks, but they're delivering bricks.
Yeah, they put all bricks inside, and where are the white bricks? They don't see the white bricks anywhere.
Yeah. I don't know. No. You see because some stuff right here on the ground. I don't know what this is for here.
Yeah, that might be like the white pieces, possibly.
So it looks like, see how he's chiseling this thing out? It must be going to like this piece right back here because it looks like the same shape of it right there.
Yeah. Why do they have to put a red brick and then put white on the outside, like a Lego piece? Like, what are we doing?
But now they're just trying to make sense of what we see today. I think
you're right. They're trying to make that.
They're trying to make it make sense. But wait, it gets better. We got guys back here climbing scaffolding and stuff.
But still, they're big compared to that church. Some large people.
But look, you see in these things, in these depictions, and besides this one in the front, all these are already built. I'm just saying, they're fixing a roof on this one. These are all built already. And this here is just like they're building a tiny little thing right here. So that's interesting as well. I mean, this one in the background here needs a little help around the roof and stuff, but all these are all built out already. I'm just saying.
Yeah, then it's like a repair job in the front because
Yeah,
you
exactly.
see the back part, it's already there with bricks and stuff. Where the door is, you see.
Yeah. Yep. So anyway, and then I guess there's this guy over here giving him, I don't know, something here in the door, maybe a piece of wood or something. I don't know. All right, so what else do I got down here? Power and prestige. Let me see what this is. Oh, look at the brick wall. They're laying brick.
It's a giant that's laying brick or what?
You can't get away from the brick, guys. There it is.
And the thing is, and I agree that LVK, the people are either really big or the artists were crap at perspective. But at some point, like throughout history, you can even find it in like the Egyptian cave drawings, giant people. And so throughout history, we see people giant. Some of it is a little perspective mess up, but I think some of it's telling us.
Yeah, but they tell us that they made it bigger because they were like the royals and the kings and the stuff like that.
Well, they say, cool story, bro.
Yeah. What other pictures they got? Look at this, guys. Look at this. Just.
And that was the other thing I saw in the news story I was reading. It was saying that the people in those days were smaller and lived shorter period, but yet it's the exact, once again, opposite. In the Bible, we were bigger and lived longer. We've been getting smaller and living shorter lives. So then they flip the script on it and say, no, it's the opposite, because then it goes with evolution.
Yeah, that's another thing. Trying to hide they're trying to hide the giants that was there, and they're trying to hide the smaller people that was there also, because there's so many of these stories of these small pygmies and pictures of adult that are not taller than 4 feet. And there were a lot of these stories, but nobody really talks about them. So they must have like houses and stuff, these people too. So anyway.
And the other thing you'll never find in these is like Zal said, where are the bathrooms? They don't have them.
Yeah, where's the bathrooms? Look at this. Look at this stuff they're building. Where's the bathrooms?
And they always have water for giant fountains, like in front of that one and that you're pointing at. But there's no plumbing inside, of course.
Yeah,
sure.
Fence it off. Yeah, this is a really cool depiction here. I like this. It's got all the
looks like Excalibur.
It kind of looks like Walt Disney's castle.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the one in the back. That one looks more like Excalibur in Vegas.
Yeah, I don't know which castle is it, but it's really ornate, and there's a lot of.
And how they build that? Remember, it was with prisoners of war and people
and wooden cranes, apparently.
Yeah. Whatever.
And here we are. Here we are down.
Here we are.
Look at this massive door with the tiny people right there. And then over here, we got the guys in their knickers and stockings, putting all this together here, getting ready to hoist something up this rope.
Yeah, the rope business must be booming that time, Oh my God. Need ropes for everything.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going to lift that. Look at those gigantic stones. They're going to hoist it up with a hand crane. That guy there is going to pull it up.
They just got this one horse with this cart. I don't even know. Is there a dead body on the cart right there? I can't tell.
Well, and I covered this for the people that think that it was built by horses, because they're out there. The horses have to walk a specific either length to pull it up high enough, or like in circles. But they still never explain how they get past like the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 15th levels or whatever, how high these things go. Because horses don't go traditionally up more than one level. In fact, I've talked with Shapu. So far, we've only found one picture of a horse in like a 2nd-story window. It was a book and it was a drawing. So there are no horses that go up. So you have to build some kind of ground crane to get these things up there. Because look at the crane they have on the very top. That's not going to go all the way down to the ground. That's the stuff that they've got up there already that they're moving higher, I guess.
Yeah.
So I guess their narratives, they keep rebuilding these cranes higher or something. I don't know. Who knows?
Okay, so it says cranes were in innovations Cranes were innovations used in the construction of Gothic cathedrals shown in this illustration. So they give us an illustration. Where they got this illustration, who painted it, I don't know, but there it is to anchor their narrative of how to explain these magnificent architectures that we are seeing here that are, in my opinion, could possibly be from the millennial reign. But they're just saying that people, mucking around in the dark ages are the ones that built these things. I don't know. It just doesn't add up to me. And the narratives that they give, and who's making these illustrations and putting this forth for the people to consume as his story, historical narrative, lineage, right to rule, family bloodlines, all this stuff has come down basically from the Romanovs, right, Shapu?
At what time period depends, yeah.
And let's not forget the gigantic doors, as Elvie was making a comment. Let's make sure you put the doorknob way the hell high where no one can reach it.
But
The doors are insanely huge.
Yeah, and their doorknobs are like at like eye level.
Yeah. And then you said the family, when you said the family name, there's Roman in it, and
Yeah.
of, and it's pretty weird name, come to think of it.
Romanovs, yeah. They seem to came
after the Romans.
Once pictures and photographs started coming around, everything prior to that is questionable with how they say that things went in the past and what it was like back then, in my opinion. And the architecture that had to have taken place just to draw this thing out and get it ready for plans and stuff would have took years. They seem to bust these things out, even if it took 100 years. They seem to bust them out with no mistakes at all, ever. There's you don't ever see like, oh, that's a cathedral they fucked up on over there. So, just like with the pyramids, they all seem to be perfect. Like they got everything right the first time.
Yeah.
But this is what we're looking at.
It lasted all this time. If we weren't bombing everywhere, we would have all of these buildings still there. Most of them.
And somebody's got to be making glass for all this stuff. Who is hoisting up and placing this glass and everything? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know.
Yeah. And when they show you, like when you try to find like these factories, they show you like a small barn, like wooden barn with like these smelters inside. That's how they did it for all of this. It really doesn't make any sense, because you can make only one window a day, if you got 2 workers. I don't know. Again.
No, there's no shortage of skilled workers in the Dark Ages, it would seem. And that's all I have on that site. Let me drop this over here. This is a pretty good one. Copy. Where do we go here? Let's see if you guys want this. And this other one here, the meteor one, I was going to drop for you guys too. I dropped that earlier. That's pretty cool. All right. So I was on this one. Now I'm going to this one over here. The new machine introduced in the 18th century demanded a rational organization, job functions that differed greatly from the old handcraft traditions. Adam Smith, what is this that I have up here? I must have been reading up here. I have like these tabs open. I forget what the heck they were. All right, here we go.
Yeah, look, I've seen like Freemason and Mason like 3-4 times just by scrolling when you scrolled.
Yeah, this goes all about the medieval builders and what their role was in building these cathedrals. Like, okay, up here it says much can be learned from medieval construction by studying the records of these projects, as well as monuments that were built. For a long time, it was believed that medieval craftsmen, especially those engaged in the building of cathedrals, were humble, self-effacing artisans who labored piously, or is that right, piously, and anonymously for glory of God and their own salvation. Scholars have dispelled this myth. Medieval builders often left their name or signature upon the work, and surviving records show names, wages, occasional project over wages. There was a high degree of individualism. The artisans were by no means anonymous. Historians have uncovered more than 25,000 names of those who worked on medieval churches. It has been since concluded that medieval craftsmen were relatively free, unfettered, when compared to counterparts in antiquity. So it goes on to say here all their duties and everything like that, like its administrator and everything like that. So directing the guild craftsman was a master mason, which of course you said you just saw that word. You're going to see it a few times. Yes. Master mason who functioned as the architect, administrative official, building contractor. So he's a building contractor and a technical supervisor. He designed the molds or patterns used to cut the stone for the intricate designs of doors, windows, arches, and vaults. Okay, this guy does all this stuff, just one guy. He also designs the building itself, usually copying its elements from either structures upon which he had worked, either as a master or doing his apprenticeship. He sketches his plans on parchments. As administrator, he keeps the accounts, hired and fired the workers, and was responsible for procurements of materials. How's he making those calls? I'm just curious.
With his other Freemason friends, that's it. Come on.
As technical supervisor, he was constantly present to make spot decisions and plans in the largest projects. He was assisted by undermasters. So, and it goes on and on to tell you what their each thing did and everything.
I don't buy any of it.
Exactly. That one guy has a lot on his shoulders, I gotta say.
Master Mason.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had to learn from someone who was the first one. They will tell you.
It was these guys in the tights.
Oh, look, that's a picture of me right there.
Men in tights.
Now, click on the bottom. This one.
Oh my gosh, look at that.
Look, this one, you have this is the one that, not this one, the one that was beside it.
Okay, this one.
If I show you a picture of me at the same age, you couldn't tell the difference.
It looks like you.
I know.
You're right, because I have seen a picture of you when you were younger, and yeah,
wow.
And you're French, and this is that French dude. What's his name?
Some kind of king or something.
Oh, you're probably related to royalty, man.
It so look like me.
It does look like you. It's interesting. Do you have tights?
No.
You have chainmail. I know you got chainmail. So yeah, there's that, and then I had just brought up some of the stuff from medieval times that they had built. I mean, just taking a look at the stuff and everything. A lot of it is built on water or with large moats around it, colossal doors. All of this, it's all just been X-factored, in my opinion. And and they'll build this stuff out in the middle of nowhere too. That's really strange.
Well, and even what is it? The Lincoln Memorial was built in a swamp, because that makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Because we got to haul all this stuff through the swamp.
Because that's where you want to build it. I mean, where else would you build it? On land? What's wrong with you? You need it out in the middle of the water.
Exactly.
All right. So let me go over here and get off the screen share.
You're questioning whether Shapu's a time traveler at this point. I would question it too.
You guys better come back on camera with me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I will.
We've always seen people have a what does it call, a lookalike or something. I said, I've never seen one. And when I got into those pictures, I said, oh my God, What's that? What's going on? I'm just seeing myself right there. So
That is hilarious. Find a picture of yourself in the past.
Yeah, that is something.
That's like who's that
That
guy?
would really freak me out.
The Facebook guy. He has that picture that looks just like him, some painting and stuff.
yeah, Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
You know, I was watching Oak Island because they're digging down into a melted building. Okay, so I'm not even going to start it with that. But there's this one part now where they're showing Marty's son always in the frame, and they're talking about this guy from way back when, 1600s, who they think it might be, you know, he might have something to do with it, and he looks just like him. Like, and they keep showing him from the same profile too. Like every time he's on camera, you always see this side of him, and the picture is this side of this guy from the 1600s, and it's like they're identical. It's so great, but nobody ever says anything on the show. Every time I'm like, look at them. It's
Hey Jen,
what?
look at this. Can you see that?
Oh yeah, that's creepy. That's creepy as fuck.
Or you got this one. I mean, he's a few different ones, but that one for sure. Yeah.
Yikes.
So
Yeah, that one I'm not sure if it's a real one, but I've
this
seen
one
the
you're
other-
not sure, but this one, yeah, I've seen this one
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
The other one that you showed.
And what this one?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty. And then you can find who is it? Nicolas Cage, I think, in the Civil War. And,
Oh yeah, let's look that up. Let me see.
and
if I can-
even who's the other dude? The Scientologist dude, John Travolta. He's got some old photos too. I covered it one show. There's like a whole list of them.
Yeah,
Now we can add Shampoo to it.
Yeah, I know. It's great. All right.
All right, I got it up, the pictures real quick. All right, let me see here. Images.
So you got some stuff.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to screenshot real quick this little part of the doppelganger stuff. And then we'll go right over to what you got, Shampoo. I think it's this one here. All right. Let's see who we have here. Oh, here's Keanu Reeves. This one's interesting.
Oh yeah.
If you think that looks a lot like him, I think it kind of looks like him.
Eh,
Yeah.
there's some really better ones.
Oh yeah, definitely. This
This
one's
isn't the
interesting. This dude here. Let me see where the.
See, I think they're muddying the waters now. There you go. That's one I
Yeah,
have.
that's a good one. Yeah.
I think they're muddying the waters now with a lot of new ones to make it look like, nah, that can't be.
Yeah, and with
That
the
one's
AI
not-
now, it's
Yeah, exactly. AI's just screwed this whole thing up.
yeah, Baldwin. I'll see you.
Yeah, but see that one, Mike Pompeo is actually, if you pull up Mike Pompeo versus what's that guy's name from next to Baldwin? What's that guy's name?
Okay, but
Come on, he was the first guy that did a state of emergency. He started at college.
Garfield. Is it? Is it?
Can't think of it, but he's a spitting image of that guy I was just talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my, the names are all leaving me.
I
tonight.
think the Baldwin one is a Baldwin also. The old one is called Baldwin, so they're like in the
Oh.
same family.
I'll look it up. But anyways, I totally derailed that. But this isn't a very good list. I don't know where you have here.
I just typed in the doppelgangers for celebrities. There are better ones. I know which ones you're talking about and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
There's a John Travolta one.
that Leonardo. Yeah, and the Leonardo DiCaprio one's really creepy too. And she's identical to her. This.
Oh
I
yeah,
don't know that one.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. Yeah.
Oh, look, that's Andrew Garfield and some other dude. I don't know.
Garfield. I said Garfield, didn't I? Oh.
Was that? No, I was talking about the guy, the Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, I'm talking about
No,
that guy.
that's Birmingham Young, I think is right. Is it
Oh,
What's up,
Brigham
Brigham
Young?
Brigham
Oh, okay.
Young.
Brigham Young looks just like Mike Pompeo, and they were both the first ones to do state of emergency because Mike Pompeo put us in it when Trump was president. Boom, that's okay.
Brigham
Phew.
Young.
Had to get that out. Now look at the Johnny Depp one over in the far right corner. Keep going down. You just had it. Keep going down.
Oh yeah.
Over there.
Oh, hold on. Getting a little crazy there. Yeah, that's
There.
creepy. That
Look
one.
at that one. Way over in the corner there.
Crazy. Right there, man.
But yeah, you're right, Shapu. This is going to get way harder because AI is just going to create shit and we won't know anymore.
All right, let me come off this. That doppelganger stuff is crazy though. There was one of Jay-Z, I think in New York, maybe Harlem, on some steps of a brownstone with a hat on. And yeah, really, I mean, That looked identical.
Yeah, it was the same.
I don't know if it's real or it's an old AI shit coming out. I mean, this stuff with AI and faces and all this crap that they're doing now, they've been doing it. They're just bringing it out to us. They've been had this.
Yeah.
They had Photoshop in like the minute they learned how to figure out how to take a picture, they had Photoshop.
Yeah, because we used to show those pictures way back when we were doing shows where they had like the giant potato on the back of a cart, you know?
Yeah.
And so either it was real or they had to have photoshopped it on these old postcards, giant chickens and stuff.
Giant horses.
No, they never had those.
I had one with a giant horse, and the people were real little. It was like,
know,
how are they getting up on that thing?
Motherfucker.
I had to play Lawrence. I haven't played Lawrence in a while. In case anybody forgot, I'm going to play this real quick.
According to Encyclopedia Britannica, mountains generally are understood to be larger than hills, but the term has no standardized geological meaning.
Yep.
Exactly.
Every day of the week. All right, Chapu, you're up. You're up to bat.
All right.
What do you got?
Put
You
me
got
in,
chainmail
coach.
stuff? What do you got?
No, I've got chainmail stuff, and I got like if you want to have a good laugh at those people that were dressing.
Yeah,
funny.
it does make sense if he can drive or somehow come from the past. Why he has all these great old photos, like, right? Probably brought him with him.
Yeah,
Wait there.
my time machine is in the.
It's in the shop.
It's
Yeah.
This is bullshit. You think this is a joke?
So I don't know.
Yeah, come on, hop in the back of my time machine. We're going to 1955.
Welcome to the party, pal.
Exactly.
I don't know where I'm gonna start.
Start from the beginning, Chappelle. That don't work. Start from the middle.
Because I have like so many pictures of these.
That's
Well,
just
let's
like,
find out what
a fool.
the
Just
email
jump
is
in.
actually used for. I'm sorry.
Just
Go ahead.
jump in.
All right.
Hola, Juan Truth.
Juan is in the house.
Yeah, he just showed up. A lot of tardy people.
All right. So
David, John,
this is
Rigman.
just my folder of like.
Hold on, Chappelle. We got a tardy. We got a tardy.
I mean, he's got 4 names. You got to announce him.
I don't feel tardy.
There you go. I like it with the echo, too. It's cool.
Look at these clothes, man. Ugh. It doesn't make any sense. And the shoes. Yeah. Look at the shoes. What are they wearing? Irons on their feet? Let's zoom in on this sucker.
It's like the horses they wear.
What are these things? This is like those shoes I showed earlier.
Yeah. So yeah, it makes sense of these ones for not your dress not to drag on the floor.
Yeah, but the back of that dress is still going to drag.
But yeah, this one.
You gotta have a flat surface to walk on with these things. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll make it just.
So if that is a dude, then he is in drag, I guess. Yeah, you like that? Yeah, okay.
Men in tights. It was
I'm here all night.
That's how they rolled.
Yeah.
What did they tattoo their horses' legs? What was that? That was odd.
No, I think they have bands around them.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's a
Tattoos?
horse.
I don't
Look
know.
at these ears.
Yeah, what is that?
That is
Might be
weird.
like a mix with an ass. Or...
It says in Spain, der Alden and Vikenfrannen or whatever.
Yeah, it's a German book.
Oh.
But in Spain, they dress like this. Again, Spain.
They seem very happy and gay.
Yeah.
Another way of saying happy.
And they all got tights with
They
these
all
little
have tights on,
shorts.
that's why they're
you know.
happy.
That's right. And they're very happy people. I like where his sword is positioned, too. Come on.
I don't know what are these
Right,
dresses.
that.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Why is he wearing a sword like that?
I don't know what is going on right here. But,
An optical illusion.
It is? Okay, it's because he's dancing, I guess, right? The other
Because he's
guy,
gay.
probably.
he's happy, you mean.
He's happy. He's gay. His sword is gay.
Oh, my God.
I don't know. It's just
He's got a really big book. Something in her hand. I don't know. What
She's
got, like-
she's shocked that his sword is showing.
Yeah. What's going on?
Well,
Yeah, I
she's
think so,
clacking
they're
around in her iron shoes.
Yeah. And how come everyone's got like Baphomet hands and OK symbols and all that shit going on?
So I think
You're gay.
they misdrawn this. This is like the boombox, I guess.
Oh,
Alright.
nice.
Where's the music?
Check it out.
Boombox. I like it.
I like the texture.
Shafu bringing in the jokes. Love it.
Okay.
'Cause
So
of the
what
box.
is this one? Again, the donkeys.
That's very true. Very true.
Mr. Brady with the bloodshot eyes.
So the show just went out. They were bringing water and what the first man.
Let me look closely at
Why are
this.
they writing on the
What
backwards?
have they got? Did they got wine skins? They don't have bottles. Look at this. They're wine skins, aren't they? Yes, they are.
No, those are, where's the skins?
There's the bottles.
Those are
What are
bottles.
these things over here?
Look like cut up pigs or something. I don't know. What does it say?
No, this I don't know if I could read it.
Also in Geheitenston.
Yeah, fierce
right,
man.
they got bottles.
and
I'm
wine.
Wine. So also is also in German and English. That's
Yes,
interesting.
that's their shields.
But yeah, it's wine and this is water. So
So they
should
got
be-
wine in the wine pouches. These are wine pouches,
yeah,
aren't
wine pouches, Jen. You got it.
Oh, nice one, Jen.
but they do have bottles. So
Yeah,
there's
they have
that.
both though. So just to screw with us.
But wine in the wine pouches, right? Because that's where you keep the wine.
Yeah. Okay. So these are supposed to be. This is the dress for farmers or what?
And they're doing corn.
Corn.
grabbing.
Yeah.
No, they're doing crop circles.
Right,
Or
right.
crop
That's-
circle.
Thank you for translating that. That in German means
That out.
how to make crop circles. That's what it
Oh,
says. Up
baby.
there.
Well, I think they're making like flour because
You're
they're
right.
crushing
You're right.
like.
Big flour.
All
I
right.
like my idea better though.
Okay. So I don't know what this one's.
Let's
I
check
guess
this
when
out.
did we start wearing pants? Because pretty much all
What
these
is with
other
these
cultures
hats?
had no pants.
What's with these hats? What is with this thing on her head?
Oh yeah, nice. What's that?
It's like her whole tent and everything she's gonna sleep in tonight is right up there on her head.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, I
and
don't
see,
know.
you know, we got Robin Hood and tights over here. It's just oh.
Yeah, it is Robin.
Their tights are never ripped neither. Is this one ripped here on the
Make me
Mandela?
think of that Mandela. I'm not
No, I
the
think it's
Brooks
just-
movie.
It's the see their tights are always perfect. Nothing. How's that happening?
The meaning of the hats. Look at that.
She's like a kite. She's gonna fly away. It's like that.
Yeah.
What was
Maybe that's Sally Fields.
yeah. What was
Flying
it called?
nun.
Mary Poppins?
Flying Nun. Sally
Flying
Fields
nun. The flying nun. Yeah.
with the S.
In Portugal
Oh my
with these things there.
What are they? What does that person have? A little tree and a little man? Little doll. The golem and a tree.
Oh, I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah. And she looks like
shim.
Venus of.
She's a shim, according to Jen.
She looks like a shim, and he looks like a she. I mean, the very demure looking. Go back a picture. I want to look back. Yeah, look at him holding his cape closed right here. Look how demure he looks.
He does.
Look over at thick neck over here. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what it says in Germany up there. Hey,
I don't
go to the top. Let me see. I want to see the top.
Look it off.
Go back to that one. I want to read it. Go back to
This
that one.
guy's in a toga back here with a spear, and these
In
people are wearing
Portugal, okay, it doesn't. I thought it really said, "Here's a thick neck."
Okay. Oh,
I'm just it feels good to laugh. Look,
Yeah,
if you
these
can't
are-
laugh at the medieval stuff, what can you laugh at?
If you can't make it make sense and have a good laugh at it because
Guy's
they're
holding
goofing on
this,
it.
the tail of this horse over here. Why is he doing that? I'm just wondering.
I guess they're just parading.
Parading?
Yeah, but the other two don't get their horse tails held.
No, I don't know.
But they're from Barbaria, like the northern part of Africa.
Their clothes look, at least acceptable for the time they were in. You know what I mean? Not compared to like
No, yeah.
the ones walking in
Like
America.
but I've got like, these ones. Look, they're like India.
Mhm.
In India, but they look like the Egyptian depiction of ISIS, and
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know, they always make these people look like this, like savage, and we don't know if
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
what they are or were. You know, even when they brought into the World's Fair and they brought them over to put them on display, supposedly.
this is
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We don't
Oh,
know
look at that one.
really display. Yeah,
Is that a burqa? What do you call that?
what's happening there.
yeah, but they are in Frankfurt.
When your child is so ugly, you want to still take it out.
So it's in
Makes
France, actually.
In France.
Francia.
She's a lady in waiting, or shop's closed over here. I don't know.
Yeah, pretty.
But look at the shoes. Go back a picture. The shoes were interesting. This guy's
No,
got these
these wooden shoes.
Like Holland kind of things.
Yeah.
But they're again Gascon in France.
What kind of hat are those red things?
No idea.
They look like something the Moai would wear.
The Moai. Don't
Yeah.
say that. You'll freak out Juan Truth.
Juan Torres.
But
Moai are coming for him.
I'll go through really fast. because,
Interview with the Moai.
they're not so interesting.
With the vampire.
But,
Yeah, I told that one time on my show. I had someone visiting from Holland, and they had stuffed a shoe in the toilet, and that's when I realized I'd been clogged. Sorry.
We did it there.
Yeah.
but this is supposed to be like older than the French Revolution, like this,
We're getting to the court gesture.
Before. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember some of these pictures, Chapeau.
Look at that. Now, how long does it take to get there? And like you said, it has a couple people to help you into that. And they used to do that weird thing supposedly with the girdle and cinch their waist together and stuff, the waist.
Yeah.
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 But the guy though always wore like tights and stuff. It was pretty interesting.
The cone heads, they hide their head in the hat.
And when they're even depicted, they kind of look buffoonish.
Yeah.
Nobody's really taken seriously. These are the guys who come up with the ideas and fund all these cathedrals and stuff.
Yeah. And they got these ones like from all over the place. And
Once you get into the 1800s, the wardrobe changes drastically.
Yeah, because these are like here you can see one or I-577. These ones.
Yeah.
That they say.
Oh, that's
But
creepy.
but they show also the people that they don't want you to like. Yeah, like let's say that like the Tartarians or something, they will depict them as evil and like looking like this.
Like barbaric and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
Like
You see,
savage.
this is like
Propaganda for the day. Yeah.
This is like a Turkish monk, but look, he's like cutting himself, like.
But the thing is like nowadays they make us afraid of all these different enemies. Some of them are unseen that fly through the air. If they were doing it back then, they depicted it in these artist drawings and showed your enemy was barbaric and wants to kill you.
Yes, exactly. So here I get to that all the depiction with the dates. This they say.
The stockings are so crazy and so colorful and stuff. And they supposedly had all meaning to all these colors. Like it had something to do with your status or position or family, house, coat of armor, or whatever.
I know they look like they're wearing like lycra or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's making that? Super fancy.
How is it that they don't get snags and rips and stuff?
Yeah, they got good machines.
Like, I'll be right back. I got to run in my stocking. Shit. I got to go get a dress maker.
You can't go to war like this.
You don't have any to fit me? Oh, my God.
All right.
I can't get into war with a torn stocking. They'll laugh me off my horse.
And the stuff here, go back one picture with that they wore on ships and stuff with these battles on ships and everything makes no sense at all to me as well.
No, and also before this time they got all these big armor and steel stuff, but they don't have guns. But at this time they have guns, but they go fight right in front of everyone with nothing to protect themselves.
Yeah, Mr. B fan say it's like Comic-Con. Exactly. They're doing a dress-up day.
Yeah.
They didn't
It's
go to
like
war
every
like
day
this.
was like, look at these pictures. I mean, every day was like Halloween for these people.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, let's say you're the queen or whoever that is on that throne there. With the amount of clothing and stuff and makeup and hair and all the stuff that you got to do, it's got to be exhausting to sit in that thing all day, you know?
And
And all that
who's
stuff.
washing this stuff? How do you even wash
Exactly.
this stuff?
How many pair of these pants that they got, because they only got one trunk in their house, you know? So I don't know.
And those leggings over on the
Is
bottom
it where
left
the junk in the trunk came
Junk in
from?
the
or
trunk.
something?
in the
Where
trunk.
these drops is that?
Yeah, that's J-Lo on the throne. The leggings over on the bottom left, they've like white on the bottom, but look how fancy they are. Fancy at the top. Like
Yeah.
there's something else sewn into it too. Like this.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, they wore really fancy knickers and
Yeah.
breeches and stuff.
But this
And their
like
shoes.
and these are supposed like to be like the royals, and if you go look even further, like around the Bulgarians and all this stuff, they're even more intricate dresses, like gold leaf and designs, and it's even harder to make. And it was before the
What a pain in the butt. 3 times a day? Are you kidding me? Getting dressed once is enough.
Yeah, and when they get into the really fluffy arms, like the poofy arms and stuff, and the
Yeah.
frilly
I think
the frilly things that come down around your wrist and everything.
yeah, like this thing.
And they're supposed to be like on ships fighting battles and sailing for months and months and months with these really fancy clothes on and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're going to go fight, like Shapu said, fight the people that they just had to order all the products from to make those fancy clothes, to get on the ships and go fight them.
Yeah.
Make it make sense.
You cannot make them, so you gotta go destroy the people that does. I don't. Doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, that guy's just making a mess in his pants. That one on the screen there. That's it.
Yeah, look at these.
Aladat Alam Aladmed Aladopei. That means he's pooping his pants, is what it says.
This is.
I mean, I happen to read that language.
It's written in French. It's a German soldier that has a double pay. I don't know what pay means here.
Oh, I
see. Down there.
Gotta show me up. Gotta quote the French.
And in your own
darling,
shit,
eh?
you better get paid double.
Yeah, you're right. You better if he's having that happen. I want double pay.
But you get these type
Extra
of things.
goofy double pay.
You know.
Yeah, he depends with an S. No, just with no S.
I'm in here.
Yeah, and they say this is the dress they wore to go to funerals, and so bizarre.
That's what we're doing, Jamie. We're just having some fun, busting the narratives, trying to make sense of it all.
Yeah.
Everything's on the table for questioning.
But we can go look at the real pictures of this is much later. But look like these things, you know, really intricate and all inlaid with gold.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I had seen some stuff from the Roman Orthodox or something like that, where they wore those long scarf things that had all that embroidered in it. Look at this.
Yeah.
This is like that bird fashion I was showing you guys earlier. Yeah.
Come on, that guy's wearing a lampshade. None of this makes sense.
It looks like the tip of a pen or something. One of them ink pens.
Yeah, there you go.
An inkwell.
Right, and then the other one's Dracula from that movie.
Yeah, it's the first installment of the pen skirt, you know, a pencil skirt.
The pencil skirt.
No bueno.
Yeah. You got these hats.
Oh, the
So
cornucopia hat.
I was just saying, the missing Fruit of the Loom cornucopia. We
Yeah,
found it.
cornucopia hat.
We found it.
There it is.
Medieval times.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, these ones are so, and you got like these ones that we all know. Even the children, look, they
Let
had
me see
the
that
same.
closer. I want to see.
Can you imagine dressing yourself plus all these kids and stuff with all this stuff?
Look at that.
Kids run around in diapers all day now today.
Well, how are your kid going to keep those hats on?
Yeah.
How did they potty train these kids? What were they using for diapers? That must have been so messy. They had no plumbing. I mean, everything just got dumped out in the streets and stuff. I mean, none of it makes sense. They could build beautiful buildings. They can't make streets, no plumbing. I mean, what's going on here?
Jamie said you can
I feel
hide
like I'm being lied to.
right? Jamie said you can hide your children under your dresses.
Yeah.
yeah, right. Something's
So
not
funny.
right.
I think that was the father of the Michelin Man. What kind of leggings are those?
Or the Stay Puff guy.
Yeah, there you go. That one too. Either one. Your choice.
Yeah, all right. But
And just so everyone knows, Shapu brought these all back from his own personal library when he lived in those times.
In medieval times.
We just found out he did.
yeah,
The painting, I should say.
we're gonna go see those.
People already think he's from France now. They'll think he's from the 1800s or 1400s, whatever this is.
Yeah. Okay.
I find your lack of disturbing.
Do you have anything on the chainmail as well?
Yes.
We have to talk about chainmail and what that was probably used for, other than what they're telling us it's used for military reasons and to protect yourself during wartime.
Yeah.
Which I told you they say that stabbing does nothing on chainmail. Yes. It's slicing. So that was it. For that, you weigh 50 extra pounds. And
what were they really using their swords for?
Well, obviously we saw it today. They were using it a little differently than we thought.
Yeah.
It had multiple functions, apparently.
But
it was interchangeable.
As we showed, like on the previous show that we did on Armor, they probably used it more as a entertainment.
I have that one picture
for wars, Yeah, I was just looking at searching for the older pictures that I showed once with CFM. All these guys were wearing like these tights.
Yep. Hold on. I'm going to go into a screen share real quick while you're looking for that, because I just found this one picture. Now, this was in the time when this fashion was really in style, and they had the armor going on, but the pointy shoe thing was really in style, and they even had it for the knights as well. As a matter of fact, the knights couldn't even walk in them. They would go and clip off the tips of these things like a couple inches down so they could try to. How do you fight in that? I mean, does that even make sense? I mean, come on.
No. You can't walk in those things.
Yeah. And they said that the people supposedly who wore these really long, narrowed shoes at the top had fractures in their foots. And also they would find a lot of these people having some kind of fractures in their arms from falling over wearing these shoes.
Yeah, right?
None of it makes sense. Why would you even do that? And then you're mucking around in the mud, flipping mud up at everybody as well.
And don't forget, like we were talking about war, you got the chainmail and the helmet and all the gear and all the shit, and you fall over. You're not jumping right back up right away, I'd say. Take a moment to figure out how to...
Here's that bird outfit, just like you just saw with Chapu's picture as well. It's kind of this drapey bird kind of look. I don't know what's going on there, but there.
And I have to interrupt. Melanie finally.
Are you kidding me?
Showed up. I'm not kidding. How party is
Holy
this?
crap! Where the hell have you been, Melanie?
That's ridiculous.
Don't be tardy for the party.
Oh,
I don't feel tardy.
Can you guys hear me?
all right, we're good. I'm done. There we go.
Fantastic.
All right, here we go, Chapu. I'm putting you back up. All right, what do we got here? This does not look like chainmail. I'm just saying.
No, I
It's
wasn't
like a
in the
ship.
chainmail yet. Just no, I was just showing that not only the dress and the clothes, but everything else. Everything in this has to be worked and done by someone that has a high skill set.
Well, and it also blows apart the narrative that they had candles and shit everywhere, because all that stuff would be covered in soot and not looking nice anymore.
They all dress in like silky gear and
Yeah, I
stuff.
mean, like even a painting like this, they don't depict any lighting, right? Okay, so you could assume that maybe there's daylight coming in from a window at this point on a picture like this. But even the other ones,
Yeah.
they're just sitting. There's some candles. I don't know if they're lit or not, but
Well, you can see they're melted. So
yeah.
yeah,
But they're gonna melt over all of this nice.
yeah.
Yeah,
things,
see,
you know?
they have a little page standing off to the side who comes along and scrapes all that little wax off all day long. That's
All
it.
day. Yeah.
All
And what
day.
about the ones up in the the ceiling and stuff? All those. Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
Yeah, check out the chandeliers
Oh,
that
I
are
think
in.
I see the Mark Zuckerberg one below it. Or is that not it? That one?
No,
Oh, no, I
it's,
guess
it's
not.
the one that looks like me. Look,
Oh, there's that one. Look, that's you, man.
It does look like you, Chappelle.
I know. I know. Look, it's the same one. If and
Chappelle
look,
did
it's
time
got
travel.
like a twin.
So you're probably got royalty blood in you. You're probably from whatever family this is.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
So
Maybe we got a claim to the throne, man. We got to look into this.
Well, who is this guy? Did you look him up?
Yeah, it's King Charles the ninth of France.
I bet you're connected,
You're
Jim.
French, so that makes sense.
Oh, that's funny because
I'm gonna look at it.
the number 9. It's my like favorite number. That's weird.
Let's see, King Charles of France. I'm gonna do a deep dive on you.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Hold on to your hats, everybody.
No, I don't mean tonight, but I want to look into this to see if we can get him on the throne. Maybe
Let's do this.
Get him on the throne. We're about to change the world, people.
right. We got royalty with us. King Charles IX of France. Okay.
But there's one more, or this guy. There's one that maybe his brother is called François. This one is called François II. So they might be brothers or something. Because look, there's like.
Do you have any brothers and sisters?
Yeah, me?
Yes.
Not directly, but yeah.
Well, yeah, this guy had Mary Elizabeth of France, Charles de Valios, and Duke of Angoulême. So, well, you got a lot of choices there. You could be connected.
All right. Okay.
You got one of them hats, Shapu? You got to get one of them hats.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. It's not my style of hat.
You have to have the hat maker make you one down the road in your village.
Yeah. Well, if we can get him on the throat, he needs a hat for sure.
You can have any hat he wants.
Right.
Okay. So I got to go back somewhere. Okay, where's my...
I always knew you were from France. I knew.
Motherfucker.
Chapu, how do you say that in French, Chapu?
What?
What he just said.
Play it again. You didn't hear it. Play it again.
Motherfucker.
Say that expression in French, really.
They don't have it?
They don't have it?
I guess
No.
it's kind of gross when you break down the words.
No, there's no like equivalent of.
Yeah.
What's the word
And then
for mother in French?
Have we talked about this before? But is he like making a really long sigh at the end that's getting longer? Am I right? When he says the word that he sighs like really long all of a sudden. It's like the guy that his eyes turn bloodshot to me, that they're changing.
Okay, so
Who are these guys? They look like, wow.
Oh, Dogman's the second one over on the left.
yeah, this is really interesting
on
because
here?
Jen, do you see Dogman?
I see him right there. He's plain as day.
yeah, these pictures are really interesting because these guys are all in chainmails. You can see they all have like rifles, and they got these weird kind of shields.
Shields that aren't going to protect them from anything.
No.
No, even the chainmail because they all have guns. So, and this is in the Crimean War, probably in the 1812 region.
Just like the Civil War pictures that we've discussed once before, this looks like so staged. They're not in, it's It's like
Yeah,
when you go to one of those amusement parks and you take yourself in
this
Civil
is
War
like
clothes.
in 1881, they say.
Yep, they all look staged. These, clearly they are. They're just standing there. But you never really see any war happening with any of these war pictures. They're just standing around, covered in their chainmail, just doing this. And look, you'll know them by their feet, by the way. You see their feet? I'm just saying, it's right there. Look, these guys too. Well, this one here on the end is questionable.
Yeah. But again, it raises the question: why do you need this kind of
If you have guns, it doesn't matter.
armor? Yeah.
Yeah, make it
Guns,
make sense. What's
guns
going
go
on?
through everything. They say that. That's why they stopped when guns came about.
So
it
why
must
have
be
this
for-
extra stuff on you? What do you think they had? Do you think they were having technology or some kind of
Go back one. Does that not fit that person? Or are you telling me he can see through that?
Yeah, you probably can see through it.
Barely.
It looks
Well,
really heavy. Look at how
depends.
it's weighing on him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it looks like he's like weighed down by it.
Yeah, it must weight at least more than what they say.
These shields are ridiculous. They're like pot lids.
Yeah.
What's that gonna do?
Oh,
This is
they're
what
practicing here. This isn't even war.
no, they use it probably just to practice.
They can take pictures of all this stuff when everybody's just hanging around doing not much of nothing, right? Sitting, hanging, fighting, playing, whatever. No pictures of the war itself. I'm just saying.
No.
Where's that at?
That must be the local brothel.
But yeah, look, this is the close up of these small shields that are like these.
That do
dents.
what?
Like
Yeah.
insectant rings and stuff. Like you can see space between them, even.
Yeah, looks to me more to disperse like some kind of energy or something,
Ah.
Maybe. Oh.
Because as a shield, it's not really blocking.
No, well, maybe they found these things and
Well,
thought they were
a
shields.
thunderstorm comes along. These people are screwed.
Maybe they already found them like this, and then they just used them as shields. I don't know.
These guys look like they've been through it. See, we get a picture of them hanging out after the battle. They're all muddy, but we don't see them at the battle. Where's this photographer at when you need them?
Yeah, but they are on the set. You can see that this is a
total
background.
movie set.
But-
Look at- That's not a tree.
Sure, yeah.
That's a painting.
This is the one I showed you. And here they're just posing
Fake
again.
background, yeah.
Yeah, it's
But-
cosplay. That's all this is.
Yeah, probably. It's
This is to create the historical narrative that they sell to us as fact.
Yeah,
Just
because
like
they'll put this in a history book and say this is the whoever these guys are. Someone said, but whoever they did, here they are, and they put them in the history book, and you move on because you never questioned it.
fake background. They're laying around, hanging around, doing nothing.
Somebody said it might be the Cossacks. I don't know. Fishbowl me said that. So if he's wrong, it's his fault.
no, it's not the Cossacks. These are like the what's it called again?
Well, he lives in a fishbowl, so he doesn't. Yeah. I don't know. That's not true. That's not true.
That's very true. Very true.
Well played, Jen. Well played. Well played. That one came back to haunt me, didn't it?
But anyway, it must be to protect from something else that we don't know happened during that time.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah, mosquitoes.
Very large mosquitoes.
Or some kind of like electric plasma event, or I don't know what were, because the date on the pictures, they say
So
it's
if somebody
18.
shot electrical plasma at these suckers, it would just vibrate around their chainmail and wouldn't affect them, right? So
No, they're just like a Faraday cage, like
So they're expecting their enemy to have some type of thing,
Ooh,
this,
yes.
right? Because that's why they're
Exactly.
wearing that, obviously.
Let's see what they use, like
Exactly.
to do.
Then the shield would make more sense.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not getting the
I
whole
hear you.
story. Look at that donut, Tesla Tower, DJ column right there all day long. Boom, baby.
Yeah. And you see the guy that works on the power lines today
Look at that.
have also the same kind of steel woven suit.
Dude, you can't make this shit up. It's
You're
right
hitting a home
there.
run again, Shapu. This is
No,
awesome.
it can be used to protect from electricity in some way.
Wow.
And the intricacy
And-
of some of the chainmail is next level.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get into this because myself, I like to try stuff, just to know how they work, and I wanted to know how to make these chainmails, so I decided to make some myself. And the most basic one, not the ones that they use, like because these ones are riveted. I think I can show it like closer. Look, you can see. I don't know if you see
Oh, I
this.
was looking at that picture, that whole article today. That's funny.
Really?
Nice.
Yeah,
So
because
you
they
can
say
see,
that some are welded and some aren't.
no, you can see these ones have a small rivet to close the gap on each of these things. So you have to punch a hole through all of these, plus put a rivet in on each. We don't know how to call it. Like it's a weave pattern, I guess. Um, this type of one, this is the most common that they had back then. So it's even harder to make and longer.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because they did the hardest stuff back then.
And they say that they had like hundreds and hundreds of people like wearing this in the army. So
And like you said, also look at the back of that where that's shown there. How do you put that on? You're gonna have help. Look at the outfit.
yeah,
itself.
to tie it, you need somebody to help you for sure.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna show you all these. You see this one? I have all rivets on it. It's so, and you tell me, look, they show you that only one guy is doing it.
I mean, he would be doing this for years and years and years. The battle would be long gone. Any battle that was coming and be like, look, I'm almost done. I need another 5 years.
Yeah.
And how long before his hands cramp up? I mean, come on.
Oh my
Well,
God!
also 5 guys, their whole
But,
life carve out Wiliska mine.
If you tell me about it, I had to stop for a couple of weeks because my hands were.
There you go. Yeah.
Because on each link that you make, I have to. Look, I will show you my.
Yeah, please. And then, like you say, so you finish one, and it takes you maybe a year. Okay, there's only 600 more to go. You know what I mean? It's like, even if it took you a month, I mean, how many people would they need these things for?
Yeah,
the war would be long gone and over.
There you go. I'm gonna put it on big screen.
Yeah,
Hold on.
because look.
Wow, handmade by Shamu.
Yeah, all handmade by myself.
And he used to wear that when he was warring in the medieval days.
That's right.
I made like a couple of them. I made 3 of them because I wanted to make a shirt, but it's so long to make just a shirt.
Now, how much does one of those weigh? Just the hat?
This one is just half of it. It's probably 5 pounds.
Can you imagine? So say like they said in the article, 5 to 10 pounds just on your head.
And this is the gauges, like the 16 gauge, and they use bigger gauge for the one back then.
Yeah.
So it's even heavier.
Yeah, up to 5 to 10 pounds, and you're going to try to war in
You
that.
gotta smelt that stuff. You gotta refine it to make
Exactly.
it.
You got to put it on a wire to do a wire with it. And me, I didn't have to make a wire with it because I bought the wire already made. But I had to make the.
I don't think he wears it while he goes shopping, but no, that's funny. We are getting him back on that throne, the royal one. Let's figure this out.
I have to like make all of this with a wire, make like springs.
Oh
like
wow!
This.
Yes.
Cut it. Yeah, cut it all in pieces, round pieces. Like file the top, because when you cut it, it cuts. It's like really cut. And
it's like pinched or so, yeah.
Yeah, and it's
wow.
It's some hard work, And
so how long did it take you to make a hat or whatever you call them? Headrest.
Well, if I have to make like the rings and all the filing and things, it takes really long. But if I had somebody make it for me, and I had to just weave it together. It could possibly be a day or two.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like when they had to make it like that picture Jen had, where they
but they had to put a hole in it, punch a hole through it, put.
It has to be at least months, is what I'm figuring. At least minimum.
At least, unless you have
doing it all day, every day. Or is it just in your free time?
Because you're just talking about the helmet. I'm talking like the whole freaking outfit to do one of those.
I know.
It's one guy.
And I told you, you cannot miss one. If you make one mistake, you make a mistake for all of it. I don't know how many times I had to dismantle this to redo it because I missed the link.
Wow.
You cannot miss one. If you miss one, it changes everything. It's
you're all muffed up.
I know. It's not anybody can do this, and they supposedly had a lot of them, and only one forge on each village. It doesn't make any sense, and this is only for chainmail.
Make it make sense.
Imagine all the other the other ones, like these things, more intricate. Like
go back one picture. What was that you just had up? Was it
where
that
is
one?
No, it wasn't this.
These have to be like the fancy dress, because they're not going to wear that.
Yeah, like this.
Look at this thing. What is happening here? Is this some dark angel or something? Why has it got wings?
Yeah, it's these guys. Maybe from Poland or something like this.
Get out of town. Are you kidding me right now? This is new.
Yeah, and they remind me like the American Indian. They wear these feathers.
Yeah, it's crazy, that one you just had up.
And here, this is one I never seen. The picture of this another place. I took this picture from a book I have here.
Look at that.
And I've never seen it anywhere else. But look, this is obviously the Egyptian thing. But look, it's like kind of wearing like a chainmail, and
he's wearing chainmail. And what's he carrying? He's got the electrical components.
Yeah.
He's got the Waz scepter. He's got the Ankh. And I'm not sure if that's the D-Jed right there, the pillar. But
so it's like the electrician back in the day. He knows all that stuff is dangerous, and he's wearing the shit to protect.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe he's putting the stuff away. Maybe he's getting it to assemble for some reason. Look at the hieroglyphs above him. Tells you probably what he's going to do with it right there.
Yeah.
Right, and there's a little thermostat by him too over on the right.
Yeah, looks like there's somebody probably dressed as the same as him behind him.
Yeah, that's probably the better answer. Sorry.
I have like a comparison with. I didn't put it in this one. I got to go find this because it's really important too.
So Elvie said that Japanese warriors wore like wings on their back and made horrible noise, I guess, to try to like scare people. I would think it'd be more of a detriment than a help. But
yeah, all entire Japanese and samurai thing. It's another story.
Another Hollywood. I want to do an entire show on cowboys and cowboy hats.
Yeah,
none of that makes sense.
That sounds good.
Oh, that's
we could do a whole show on boots. Who's making all these boots?
Who's going to go around in the Western days and walk into any restaurant knowing that if somebody looks at you, he can pull a gun and shoot you? I'd just eat at home, wouldn't you? Everyone's shooting everyone. Then they go back to dinner and drinking and stuff and playing cards.
I like this picture you got up, Chapeau. Looks like some text right here. Oh, it looks like a monument you would see in a graveyard.
Yeah, and look at the top, with the tech. Yeah.
What are they doing? And they're saying there's like cannonballs underneath. What is this? I don't understand what I'm seeing. And he's standing on a book. This must have like symbol for something going on in the day that we don't remember. Chapu might know. You were there, weren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, look at all these DJ columns you just passed. Oh my god.
I know Jen's just losing her.
Yeah, that's another show. But,
I know. Oh, you just had to
It's like,
really
wait, DJ call.
this whole folder. You just put
Okay.
it aside. We're gonna show it next show.
yeah, I just want
All
to
our good
show.
stuff.
Yeah, I went through all of this on the show we did with Martin.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. All of it.
And where is it?
Almost fire, all that stuff.
Because there's a comparison picture. Where is it? It's not in there. How come? Oh shit! I'm so sorry.
I swear I remember talking about every one of these pictures with you.
Yeah, I thought it was, but there's one. Look, there's one here. This is
Wow, look at that.
So they're fighting with the swords, and it's electricity, guys. See it coming out?
yeah.
They
They're
try to
not,
tell you in Star Wars, but this is
yeah,
real life.
but this is like a show they did for the Queen or something.
But
But
again,
you can touch the ground and shoot electricity on the ground.
the
even.
swords had another function. It was not about stabbing and chopping people's heads off. I think these things were tech of some kind.
Yeah, they probably like were wearing armor, and
They tell us that this is how they use them. You know, they tell you the Egyptian hieroglyphs are all spiritual in nature, but actually they're electrical components that go together.
Yeah. So,
giant ships. I love
I
all
don't
that
know
stuff.
where is my comparison picture. I hate it
God, I love this folder.
because I'm pretty sure I think it was. It's not here at all. Because in that I had like this. Look, she's like carrying something that looks like this.
Yes.
And this
And
is
that's
like,
the flash guy.
yeah, but this is like a telephone pole that they put on the water, the wire.
Oh, yes, the underwater cables.
Yes.
Okay. They said they did that with some giant ship in the 1800s.
And look, if you see like what she's like
look at
holding,
All day long, Shabu. Good one.
it's like
Totally.
some kind of electrical thing that she's holding. So,
That was worth the wait.
Go back to the other
but I had one already made, but I couldn't find it because look, a fasci also look like the same thing.
It's tech. All day long, that's tech.
And they even tell us on the dollar bills and stuff.
No, go back to
Always
that
good.
picture. Go back to that picture of war where they're standing there with it. What is this? Like, what are they supposed to do with this thing in war? What can we zoom in on this? What's happening?
I don't
Get better
know.
luck.
It's pretty small, but yeah.
It was some kind of weapon, obviously.
It had to be something. Something.
And they're all made that exact specific kind of way, so it did something there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my boomstick.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. In this one, it's really like it's Washington. Like,
He's like,
but I think this is like the Gatling gun or something when he. But anyway, I just wanted to show you like the comparison.
wow, I really like that folder.
Right?
Yeah, we could go to this one another.
Yep, dash eyes are everywhere. But they never tell us the truth about them, just like they don't tell you the truth about the pyramids. They still tell you they're tombs. They still say that, all these people mucking around in the mud build all this great stuff. We don't build like that today. Nothing's built to last today. How they make tires now that only last 5,000 miles. Talk about being at the end of the short season of Satan.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Jeez.
So look
And
at
this
this one.
rusty. That's another problem I have with this chainmail. Are they walking around in the mud, fighting all these battles and bleeding on each other, and then it's raining on top of it? Aren't they rusting up in this stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, what was it made out of exactly? Because if it is wet, it's going to get rusty, and then it's even harder to move around in it.
And look, this one it's even bigger because there's a bar inside of the hole, so it's
Oh, jeez.
even heavier. This one. And look, it just showed you that an arrowhead can pierce.
And I like Julio said probably like a dew weapon, maybe. I mean, they had something like that melted buildings that were made of bricks. So
Yeah, there's too much of talk of this. I don't know what.
Well, you know,
what it really means, you know.
and in the Hindu culture, they had flying carpets. We have cars today. They had carpets that flew, and they supposedly had the Vajaras, those weapons that they could shoot out energy out of them and melt stone and rock and buildings and stuff as well, cause great damage from such a small device. It would seem.
When they say, yeah, they have no problem seeing it. Bullshit. Look at that. Little slits.
Yeah, but this was used in the World War One.
Interesting.
Did you know that they had armor also in
No.
World War One?
Really?
Because I was thinking about
why would you go there?
Why would you go to
I
war
stopped by there on the way here.
armor? And they actually did like look at the Germans.
They can't even fix a bridge these days.
Look, they had like these big thick armor that would protect you from gunshots also, and these ones.
Oh wow. Hey,
zoom in on that. Why do they have to make him look sad?
it is sad. It's really sad.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Stop it. Times. You can see the dents on them.
Yeah, I tried it. Yeah.
Go back. That should have been someone's album cover. I just feel, you know, like.
Yeah, that would be funny.
Don't rain on my parade.
Yeah. So they had like these ones, and look here, they're like.
You're kidding me.
Yeah, another photo op. Well, yeah, just.
It's modern times shaking hands with medieval times.
Yeah.
Look at how far we've come.
Kevlar. These are like the armor. Look at this.
What's everybody
They
fighting
had
about?
like real shields. No, if you go to battle, you need like
riot gear.
Yeah, right. That is kind of riot gearish. And I realize who you are. You remind me of Mr. Peabody. He was the guy that he was a dog, but he was really smart, and he had a time machine, and he traveled around with Sherman. I'm very programmed.
We have 80 people here.
Fantastic. Everyone make sure you hit the like button.
Yeah, if you have not melted that like button on the way in, please make sure you do it before you leave tonight. It's greatly appreciated.
Okay.
And make sure you're subbed and bell to CFM and Shapu. Their links are in the description below. So is the links to Shapu's merchandise stores. He's got 2 of them. And the one does back and front, and the other one does just the front on shirts. So it's up to you where you want to get your shirts from. But he's got 2 sites on there.
Yeah. Nice. Thanks, Jen.
No problem.
So, yes. So look what they're showing us. All this that they were doing battles on this and all this stuff. But what I think it was all for show, you know, just entertainment. Because most of these that you see everywhere, there's not a dent in it. They're like in perfect condition.
Right. It was just for the parades and stuff.
Look, have you ever seen a knight fall on his ass? They have a really hard time getting up.
Yeah, good luck with that.
I'm just saying. Once you get them off their feet, they're done. It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Look at that. These guys got a garbage can.
Yeah.
It's like Monty Python at this
Those Germans.
Right?
I'm going to war. Where's my garbage pail and my tights?
Yeah. So these ones are even more intricate.
God, that guy's got like a...
Yeah, they only have these gold inlays.
Tiny slits to look through.
So this is what they tell us that they were having before.
That's like the 300 guys, right? That's
Yeah.
what they tell us.
Yeah.
But like you said, you
Guys
cannot
with
see
cool skirts.
you cannot see like anywhere else
No.
in front of you, you know, in this. And
All the guy has to do is duck down and run behind you, and you're done.
when you're skirmish, you know, there's no way, you know. And why would you build like an armor for your cat?
That's got to be a joke. That's in a museum for real?
Yes, that's in a museum.
I wish it is. Is there any explanation to this? Oh my God. 'Cause I'd love to see the person get that on the cat. That's
Yeah, yeah, exactly. They say they don't know. They say just it probably was one of the royals' cat or something.
They always blame it on the royals.
Always like this, just intricate and just for show. So they had some for
Oh
dogs.
gosh, look at that super dog too. That's funny.
Yeah. And I think I've got like another one for I got a couple ones for dogs. Chainmail for dogs.
I got to get that.
Oh my gosh.
Pooh, can you make one for my dog? I have a dog.
Yeah, it's so long, and it's hard on the fingers also.
I bet. That's what I said. It doesn't make any sense. One guy's going to do all that.
Because you need two pliers to really do it with the big thick ones.
And some kind of machinery to drill those tiny little rivets. Even if it's a hand-done machine, you know what I mean? You still need something.
Yeah, and this is like gold plating, and gold plating, you need like electricity to be able to do it.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to wear that. These are all just dress, for sure.
Yeah, this is just...
Look at that. How long did that take? And look at, there's some kind of demon on the side. Isn't that nice?
Yeah, there's not there's no place that there's nothing, so.
This guy's just straight up evil.
Yeah, this is just, they are works of art,
Yeah. And then he throws boobs on it, of course. Why?
Yeah, and look, not only the helmet, but everything.
Wow,
oh my God. I think you've shown this before. I remember this thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, probably the same
the
show.
detail's incredible.
Yeah. So, and as I say, you cannot like find one that is dented or hit.
Isn't it interesting connection? Jamie said, in the Bible it talks about the full armor of God, energizers. Maybe that's what they were depicting in these, man can only copy. So they put on the full armor. They just left off the words of God. They made their own creepy thing.
Hold on, go back a second.
Yeah, what's that?
No, this is probably a newer
like
one.
a steampunk guy put a dragon on.
Yes.
All right, I got you, but that's wow. Yikes.
He knows the pics. He'll get them.
Oh, look, there's a unicorn on that one. Go back a second.
Where?
There was a unicorn on that freaking thing.
No,
That
right
was-
here.
Oh, yeah.
It's
A lion and a unicorn. That's going to eventually change to a wolf and a unicorn.
Yeah. And right in your eyes, I don't know. Maybe his eyes are here.
Yeah, the unicorn horn cuts off some of the vision on that side.
Yeah.
I can't imagine this thing bouncing around on your head and stuff. You go to turn your head, the thing slides.
Yeah, that's why it doesn't make sense.
And then it gets bent and the unicorn jabs you in the eye.
Or the guy hits you and the thing bends and pokes you in the eye, and you could have got away fine, but that stupid unicorn got you.
The unicorn turned into a cyclops.
Yeah. And look at this.
Not against me, unicorn.
You got these ones that have intricate, really patterns, art to make on a forge, probably.
That one that you have there, the vest. Oh my God, that one is so intricate.
Look at this. This is all inlaid, probably not painted, but fused together with like the gold.
Wow.
I don't know how they make it.
Looks like something from Spain, I'd have to
But
say.
probably this one is Spain. Yeah.
Go to the vest. That one. Look at this sucker. Look at it. Just look at it. I mean, the more you look at it, the more stuff you see. It just pops out at you after a few minutes.
Yeah, I broke one down last time. It was like representing the entire plane. Remember how it is made, and
interesting thing about our language that we talk about all the time. There's someone, I can't read their name, beyond something, mentioned the word amor is very similar. So love.
Yeah.
And these are all used, quote, for war.
God, put on the armor of God. I like that.
Right? But then these are used for war, not love. See, the opposite they're telling.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice one.
Yep.
Although they are tardy, but whatever.
Again, more for dogs. Another one here.
Well, I like the helmet on that one. That's cool. I'm going to get my dog that.
Yeah, so many intricate ones. I think that was the one that I... And look at this.
Wow.
Whoa, that's some demonic.
This is the full armor of God that they represent right there.
Yeah. Only we found out that's actually not Mary and Jesus, but hey, they believed it maybe.
It's
God, the
so much.
intricacy and how they carve this stuff.
Yeah.
Incredible.
So much work in all of these.
Because I mean, it's metal. It's got to be strong metal to be an armor, so it's not going to be easy to carve.
No.
It doesn't seem something that they would do in the Dark Ages. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. This kind of thing we do now with presses and stuff. These it's supposed.
It's like the Renaissance. We saw all that stuff with artwork and everything, but how were they doing it back then when we were told nothing was going on but war?
Leftovers from the Millennial Reign armors and stuff.
Yeah,
maybe.
Probably they just
weren't
found
using it for war. They were using it for some kind of electrical things, or who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, these are mind-boggling.
Yeah, and we found it, and we use it just like children, just to play.
Right. And then it turns into the opposite meaning. Instead of war, it's armor, and it's not for love; it's for war.
Yeah.
And then God talks about all we ever do is war. Well, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Look, in this one, this is just the biggest armory. I think it's in Germany. Look at these. Just
no dents or nothing in them.
No, there's not one
that is
dented, and there's they have so many. Look at this.
Buffed up, where they could show somebody got impaled by something into their armor.
Never. They're perfect. They've all been restored. Why would you do that?
In the movies, but you think they would show it? To say, look, well, this was the weakest spot in the armor or whatever.
Maybe they miss a rivet or two, and that's about it.
Yeah,
because they've been moved around.
Your armor made in China. This is what happens.
Yeah, so
you can't skimp on armor.
So not everybody is made like the same. So it has to be like probably tailored to fit you perfectly. You don't want it too loose, or it's gonna be useless.
Yeah. Wow, look at that. What?
Yeah. There's.
That next one's crazy too. It's like a Batman armor or something. That one. Look at that.
Oh, this guy really wants to accentuate areas.
Yeah, there's that we lost or something,
He's like, ladies, if I could take this armor off, let me tell you something.
But here, what is interesting, because here you can see like there's armor for a woman, but I've never
see the boobage.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you can see where the boobs.
I've never seen like a woman.
Women armor,
iron girdle or something.
Yeah.
Can you make that large? I gotta see. That's funny. They're like A's. Can you make them double D's? I want to see this.
Boobage right there. It's an iron.
I guess just one size fits all kind of thing.
How shiny! It's all buffed out.
Just don't you hand this stuff down? What if you're, different size than your sister?
Somebody's gonna come up and buff your armor, and they're buffing you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to grind this down a bit.
An armor dress. This is an armor dress, guys.
Armor dresses. Stop it. That's not real. That's supposed to be real from a museum.
It's a display, but if it's real, I don't know.
Does she run around in like Reynolds wrap? What is that?
Dude, I don't know. I can't make that make sense right now.
The Tin Woodsman got a wife.
Just like that, your tinfoil dress became jewels of knowledge.
Right? We no longer have a tinfoil hat as a tinfoil dress too.
Yeah, like Jen, you said the last time. Yeah, this is the real Iron Maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. That's a good one too.
God, you can't make this up. I'm telling you, they're lying to us. Look at this stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Was that Medusa probably?
Yes. There's the story, like every Africanus here. I don't know if Diluvius. So before the oh, okay. There's some. Okay, now Augustus.
There's
there.
Caesar over there, yeah, or whatever, Augustine. Yeah.
Caesar, Clavius. I don't know.
Huh.
A lot of crazy stuff going on this thing.
Yeah. There's so much stuff. And they are Romans, but Romans supposedly didn't have like armor like this. And look, there's a cannon.
There's a cannon, and there's some kind of electrical thing over on the other side there. It looks like lightning bolts a little, or like a trident fork. There on the other end of that. Yeah, there.
There.
The other way.
Yeah.
Forget it. You're going the wrong way. What is that? A harp? We got some instruments up here. We got some
Yeah.
wings on an angel.
Yeah.
What is that? A sea serpent thing up there? Look, it's Starbucks. Go up a little bit. Up, up, up. Yeah, that thing there and that other thing right there. Look at it.
This,
Yeah.
this,
Yeah,
yeah.
look at that snake tail thing.
You know what's excuse me. What's interesting about the Starbucks logo? For people that don't know this already, it's actually whatever that goddess demon lady is, and those fins that are next to her face that she's holding, those are her legs. So
That's
it's
right. He's holding them up.
the entire thing. If you look at the whole photo, it's way more graphic than what Starbucks puts on their logo, and
Yeah.
people don't even realize it. It's so funny.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know until whenever we started figuring all this stuff out.
Something's fishy about that whole thing. I don't know.
I like what you said there.
Oh, wait. Go back to the dog armor. That dog-headed armor there. Look at that. That was for the dogmen who fought in the...
100%.
Yeah.
I like how it has like even the nostrils and the snarling teeth in the front.
Yeah, it's
That's
kind of snarling
freaking
there.
great. And Donna and Truth just showed up. Seriously,
Whoa. Are you serious?
That's
That's
ridiculous.
inexcusable.
She's almost making Melanie look okay. No, she's not. Love this. I love it.
You are super late. 2 hours and 17 minutes.
Yeah. Kaylee, the goddess of chaos. That's who Starbucks is spreading their legs open on their cup.
Look, there's a fasci down there. Oh, you just moved it.
Yeah.
There was a fasci. Did you see it?
Yeah,
There it is right there. You see it right there.
totally.
Look at that.
And they're bringing someone's head. That's pretty.
I wonder whose head it is.
I don't know.
It's not on a
Yeah,
platter.
yeah.
There's
If
definitely like a
That's-
Lucifer creature right over there they're pointing to too.
Oh, yeah, that thing right there is Lucifer. You're looking for sure. You
Yeah.
know that John the Baptist thing where they brought John the Baptist's head on a platter doesn't happen now. It's a Mandela effect.
What do you mean? No, stop it. I
It's
talk
not
about
a
it all the time.
platter. It's something else. I forget what they
I
call
talk
it
about it
now.
all the time.
Look
That's
at it.
weird.
Look up John the Baptist's head on a platter thing.
That's so weird.
Wait, that other Baphomet-looking thing had boobs on it. Right there. Right there. That's a guy. Look at the torso. There's an Adonis belt, and it's got boobs. See? That's the bueno. Right there.
Jen can find a shim in any timeline.
Lie.
Any timeline, Jen can find a shim. It's fantastic.
Yeah, this,
They're everywhere, all through time. And what is that thing there in the background? It looks like it's white brick tiles. The upper left corner.
oh, right here.
All that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
that's like bricks.
This thing is this could be a whole show. This disc. Oh
Yeah,
wow!
then you can-
Look at that. Some fire coming out of it. Like a what is this thing? Fireplace? Was that? I don't
Yeah.
even know what's happening.
I don't know, but there's so much in this. So much details, it's
It's mind-boggling, and given the time period that these things are supposed to be created in, it doesn't make sense. This whole scene
No.
doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, this is freaking me out. What doesn't make sense?
Yeah.
The KJV again, like that's all I read.
Uh-huh.
It literally says, and the king, they brought in his head in a charger.
And a charger.
Charger, yeah, that's
No
It's not
longer
a
on a
platter.
silver platter, and it was a silver platter.
And yet everyone, you can look through all the old paintings when I didn't even know the story, and we were staring at going, why are they all showing this weird thing of this guy's head cut off? They're all on a platter.
Mm-hmm.
I know a charger they'll probably say is a platter, but I don't know the word charger that way. I've always known platter.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Weird.
And we
Yeah,
wouldn't
you
get
guys-
those two confused. I've never even heard the use of the word charger, even though I understand what it is. However, that's just they didn't use that word. It was always a silver platter.
Yep.
That's weird. God, those really hit me because as much as I read that.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for messing with my head tonight on that.
Bullshit.
Yeah, chargers. Look at that. They said the word charger originated around 1275 to 1325 Middle English. Charger, formerly a large platter or dish.
Yeah.
So if the word wait a minute. We'd have to see when they cut off John the Baptist's head, but I have a feeling it was before 1275 and 1325 after death, right?
Yes. Or they were messing with the timeline.
Yeah, I don't understand how the word could be in the KJV. I have to look into this deeper.
It's crazy, right? I know.
How could it be in that if it didn't exist? Weird.
Yeah.
Well, you could always pick up your couch and throw it in your charger and take off down the street.
Yeah.
That's a weird one.
But on the last show, I showed like how they still do it. If anybody want to go on YouTube and look at real medieval battles, they still do it today. And not
probably hysterical, isn't it?
Yeah, they do like big war and smash up. People just hitting each other everywhere, and they just when you look at it, you will see that it's not possible that they just fight like this with their real battle. You will see that it doesn't really make sense.
We're like little kids who don't know what these things are really for, and you just put them on and jump around in them and act like, oh yeah, this is supposed to be.
Yeah, little kids, their fingers you become guns. The sticks become swords.
Yep.
So you find all this cool shit. You can throw it on and cosplay around and smash each other and take photos and draw paintings. And here we are. Look at those.
Go.
Oh, come on.
Make that make sense, guys. Come on.
The Wicked Witch of the West shoot.
Yeah, that makes no sense. You can't
You
even
can't walk. There's no way you can walk in there.
No, you just the tip will just get stuck on something. When the tip of your shoe
just slip and fall, you're done. Somebody better be there to pick your ass up.
Yeah. And like this, do it for this. But this is so funny.
What's that going? Look at that.
Yeah.
So whoever had the sunlight, so it blinds their opponent.
No, this is just a joke because if you ever tried to blind someone with a ray of light, you need to really be at the right spot. Yeah, you really need the right spot to just.
And if it was that blinding, the guy in front would be blinded first.
And why do they have these shields and these tiny little swords here?
I know they're small daggers. And
look at that.
I'm just saying, it looks.
You got to get really close for those.
Yeah, this is like just for show. There's nothing, but maybe they're representing something else.
Right. They're doing a drawing to try to talk to the future generation. There's something sus about what you guys think on our equipments.
Yeah.
So,
and when I was they used to use this type also of weaving pattern that's even more intricate than the other one. Look at this.
That's insane.
I know.
Well, they had nothing else to do. There was no internet.
Well, someone was building the cathedrals, so you had to.
Yeah.
In between time, we were weaving this stuff.
So who's farming if everyone's building cathedrals and making chainmail?
And then who's fighting all these wars and killing off all the men who were going to have more kids?
Yeah. But
make it make sense.
Make it make sense, baby.
You see, today they have like machines that create all of this. Look at these rolls.
And you can see just how he's lifting it, how heavy that is.
Yeah. Put that all over your body and then run around in war all day if you can find the war.
Full of urine and rusting because, how long you've been out there? Months?
Yeah, it's going to rain at some point. It'll be like the Tin Man. Right? Get the oil. Here's my page with the oil.
Yeah.
Well, the Tin Man has a gun, so maybe he did go to war.
He also has. Doesn't he have a huge monkey wrench as well?
No, I think that's right. The Scarecrow has the gun. Tin Man has a gigantic cartoon-sized monkey.
Oh, it's huge.
Wrench.
I'm like, what the fuck is he working on?
They all have weapons now. I think the lion now has like a giant hammer or something. I don't know. They're all armored up.
What I like about this one, look, he's got like a bird cage.
What?
here on top. Like I don't know what it represent, but
They're jousting, and
Huh.
he's got a statue of a woman on his head, and this one's got a bird cage.
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
So it must be represent something. But
Isn't that interesting? Like we can look at it and go, "Wow, that's crazy," and laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
But that
You've got,
actually
like-
had a whole like for someone that understood that there's a whole discussion of what was going down at that time. You know?
the thing is that these are probably the Rothschilds, and that's one of their surreal balls that they're having right there.
Well, that could be too. See, garbage can on the head, just like we were saying earlier.
yeah, he's got like a bird cage like on his head.
Well, there's only one reason you would do all that, and that's to mess
Electricity.
around with electricity. So
Boom, baby! I said
Yeah.
it for you.
all I have to say about that.
Yeah. It probably was used for total look again
Like
with
tiny shields.
tiny shield just to deflect the electrical like this.
Yeah, it's like
probably.
to bounce it off of it if you want to, or like
Yeah,
you know,
you wouldn't need a huge shield because it's electricity. You just have to stop the
yeah.
Or just to redirect, you know.
project it out through those. Yeah, I
Yeah.
see. Like that guy was doing, and that makes more sense. The sun hitting that guy bouncing off. He was somehow using electricity. Oh, there's your shoes.
Yeah.
So like this one, then
Those are ridiculous.
you cannot move with this for sure.
To understand the truth, guys, you must first understand the lie. And we've been told a lie.
He'd actually be good for farming. He could like poke holes in the ground for the seeding.
Yeah.
That might work.
That's very true. Very true.
Okay. Oh yeah, I got. I
Can
had.
you hear me?
That one's even better with the Reco.
Where is it?
You're still screen sharing.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
Because I just wanted to show that this guy, like, is gonna show you what I am doing. I have to roll, but I don't have this set up. I do it with another thing. Like, I've got a wrench, and I rolled it. This is like the wire that you make these type
Yeah.
of thing with.
That's the gauge, depending on what gauge.
Yeah, I tried two different one. I've got the 16 gauge and the 14 gauge, like this one. It's much easier to apply the 14. No, not the 14. I got 12 and 14. The 14 is easier. The 12 is really thicker. But after, like, you need to cut it like this, each one. You see. You cut, you make a ring, and then when you got the ring, the edge, and like it's really sharp.
Yeah.
You need to file it to make it, because if you're gonna put it on your head, you don't want to scrape your face, So
You
And
have to
then-
make that smooth.
and then you have to have two pliers to put it together. Once you weave it, it's a really long job, and if you got all day, I guess you can do it, but
And
your
if you
hands gonna get tired really fast.
Yeah, and how many people do you have to make them for your army?
And if you mess it up, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah,
Everybody's gonna get fucked up.
Put my cowboy hat on.
Yeah, that's you all day long.
Wait, go back to that. Put that back up. That was cool. They said it's the most interesting and fun and whatever. How exciting! That's awesome. I love.
Yeah. This is it right here. I love it. Thank you.
Right.
We're having a good time, and I'm glad you guys are having fun too.
And we can keep the party going tomorrow if you want, because I have my show Friday, and if either one of you, if you're not asleep, Shapu, you're more than welcome to too, because why not? But
yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So, anyways, keep going. This is fun.
He'll be there.
Jen will make him.
That'll zap his ass. Look.
Oh, there it is.
Got a little chainmail. I got a little something.
Yeah, you're protected with your chainmail with that.
Yeah, right. Fight that off, Jen. See.
All right. He's got the chainmail. I got the Waz scepter and the DJ golem right here.
Let's try it. Put it on my head and
Oh, geez. It's show and tell. What do I have? I don't think I have. What do I have? I have a back scratcher. No. What do I have?
Man, it's so heavy.
Dude.
You know, you need to put like something else like under it, you know. But you can just
Oh, look at
Wow.
that.
See, I'm totally not protected for an electrical
day
fight.
long.
If you guys give me
Oh,
one.
So say
man,
that-
it's hard on the neck. You know, it's only half of it also.
And can you imagine wearing that all day? You know, they said
No,
some of
no.
these battles supposedly went on hours and hours.
I
Hey,
tried to wear it for an hour. I couldn't. I had to take it off. My neck was hurting. It's if you move like this, your head's going all over the place.
I don't know. Something ain't right.
Yeah.
And yes, the back scratcher is the best $2 you'll ever spend. So funny. I never understood that. My dad would walk around the house and get yelled at by my mom because he'd rub up against the corners of the wall and he was scraping the paint off. And now I get older and I understand, you know. That's why I did that, so I don't mess up the wall.
Well, that's all I got, guys. I mean, where do you want to go from here? Do you want to show anything else?
I presented. That's
Well, I was trying. I could like show like.
I do have a question we could ask while you're finding that. So hopefully Fishbowl's still here. Yes, I see you're still there. So I found this interesting. To me, this is a Mandela. The question was, did people used to say that a goldfish has an attention span of 8 seconds, and so that's where we are now. We have the attention span of goldfish, and turns out that's never been the truth. Because if you take a look at this, you see this. First of all, it's not 8 seconds. Oh,
There we go. Go ahead.
so first of all, it's not 8 seconds anymore. It's 3 seconds. And second of all, it's never been true. It's a myth. So we've all been saying this. We've been saying 8 seconds, at least I have, about something that's actually never been true. So to me, that seems like a Mandela.
Interesting.
Why is it 3 seconds now?
Yeah,
It was 8. And now it's never happened.
it's like 10-minute abs, 5-minute abs. 3
Oh,
minute.
and guess who did it?
Remember the abs?
Australia. Right?
Ah,
How is it? Although it's not clear where it comes from, it's debunked by a 15-year-old boy named Rory from Australia and did an experiment. So that's how it got debunked. But why are we still quoting it? And how come it's always been 8 and now it's 3? So a lot of weirdness there.
yeah.
I don't know. We might have to check with the charger to find out that answer.
Yeah. I don't
Check
know.
the charger. That's a weird one.
But fish really recognize like you, because I had like a big 80-gallon aquarium with many types of fish for a couple of years, and when I came back from work, they all come to the window and look at you like, and if you like wave, they just wave back. It's really funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Wow.
you know what I'm not talking goldfish. You know, I had like bigger fishes, and when you just go to grab like the food stuff, they know. They just watch you. Oh, he's gonna bring me food, so they know what it is. You know, they can make connection, and they're not
there's-
so dumb that.
Hey, parrotfish poop out whole islands. I think they're
Exactly.
pretty smart.
And I'm going to throw in the chat that article I had on Reddit about chainmail and how they didn't, it seems stupid, the wars they had and stuff. So if anybody wants it.
All right, so I'm gonna show this real quick. No sound, because this is what I showed like on the last show we did. How they still do these type of thing today. You know.
And shout out to Barbara is here. She's a little late, but glad to see you.
Well, they don't even have on all the armor, really, do they? Oh yeah, underneath.
Well, yeah. They have like chainmails, and they have like some thick clothing.
God, why would you do this?
But surprisingly, there's not many people that get hurt.
Wow.
They never had really maybe some concussions.
I
But
would think.
they never had like someone went to the hospital for something really.
The other things never happened. No one's ever had sense knocked into them because why are they doing this?
Yeah, exactly. But
It's all about anchoring that narrative.
yeah, you will see that. Look, they start, and it doesn't last really long because they don't even know what they're doing. They're just sitting, they're friends, and they're look, and they end up just brawling together, just clinging like.
Yeah.
No
See,
bueno.
and like you get into a melee, whatever you say, if this really happened, you can't even move your arm around and stuff. If you've ever been in, I couldn't imagine being in a mosh pit with weapons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
And
ridiculous.
they go for a round, like, and then look, they're so tired that they just fall down and
They just give up. They're
they
like,
just give
whatever.
up. Yeah. I went into another one, but I want to show you. There's another one. This is the hardest scale, but then nobody got hurt, but just got hit on the head.
Ooh.
And you see, they do one-on-ones also like this, but it's always end up like this. They're just fighting.
Brawl. Yeah. Ends in a brawl.
Yeah.
And then they're punching them. Look.
Yeah.
But I showed one that is funny.
Stay down, bitch.
Because the guy loses his weapon and is not able to grab it back.
Yeah, you never let
because
go
of his gloves. So the guy just
can't even pick up his own weapon.
Yeah. Look, he needs to be helped to be tightened. But where is it? So how you looking?
Okay.
And he just go pick it up.
Okay.
Dude.
All right, time out and war.
Okay, you're dead.
He left himself wide open on that.
Literally, that was ridiculous.
Yeah. You see how ridiculous it looks.
Come hither so I can axe your head.
Yeah.
Why don't they just go for the foot? They just stab him in the foot with that thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would. Where are you going? Nowhere. That's where.
Yeah.
Yeah, like fall like you're gonna fall to the ground and slice his feet out from under him. Then take care of him. Didn't they do that in like Gladiator or something, or one of those Lord of the Rings? No,
Spartacus.
Game of Thrones. One of those.
Yeah. So yeah, they still do it today with the same thing, with same armor, same. So they do it for show today.
Drop out of his pant leg.
Yeah. So I don't know what.
Yeah, it was probably shit because they have to shit in their pants. That's how they get paid double.
You see, oh look, he's got that small shield. Wait, this one is not.
How tiny it is. That's funny.
Actually, it was the foot, not the throat. Yeah, that's true.
So this is one-on-one. So imagine when you have like hundreds of people around you. It's you just crash into other people. You don't know where you are. You don't. It's a weird thing.
Yeah, it's too weird.
But these guys must know because they do it like most of the time. And no, I wouldn't imagine doing it with full of people. It's
yeah, then they end up just pounding them down.
Yeah. It's always
been mangled like a Toyota just hit a fucking pole or something.
Yeah, he didn't use the sword at all. And that's what they say too about these battles and whatever happened. Most of the people were killed running away.
Yeah.
Don't they get me started on the whole horse got brought into the castle and then killed everyone? Was it the Trojan thing?
Oh yeah.
Does that make any sense anymore? No one looked inside this freaking giant horse. What was the purpose
Yeah,
of
they're
it?
checking everybody going in, but
Yeah,
we'll let
yeah.
the giant horse in. That smells like
It's
frozen.
so Monty Pythonish. Oh yeah, there's a giant horse they made us. The people that are mad at us, yeah, but there's beast. Bring it in. Should we look inside? Nah, don't look inside. Why would they do that?
That
Stuff you
story is
conversions inside.
so ridiculous.
So ridiculous.
Oh, hold on. I have something for you guys here real quick. I'm going to share.
All right.
I know I probably have a few new people who haven't been around long enough to know what we're talking about with the parrotfish. So I figured I'd play it for you guys. It's a Mandela effect. I don't know. I've never heard of these things, and I certainly never heard of them doing what they do. So you decide for yourself. Here we go. Let me
Wait, are you allowed to play it? Because
it's basically just fun.
What's this?
Are you allowed to play it? One time, one of these you had trouble with. I remember in the past.
No, I think this one I might be okay, but we'll just speed maybe.
Yeah, someone said they don't go to the actual kill shot now, that they don't want to kill anyone. Nobody wants to kill anyone. That's the problem. Who wants to kill someone?
Right?
Yeah.
Imagine going to battle and just seeing someone and then going, I'm wanting to kill them. It's
the one that you don't know, they did nothing to you, that you don't know what they're like. You don't want, it's.
I mean, they're coming over looking at you the same way.
Yeah.
That's what I've always said when they used to try to scare us with all the different countries that are coming to kill us. We got to go bomb them before you come here.
Yeah.
You think those people in those countries are sitting back doing the same thing we are, having a nice dinner maybe with their family, putting their feet up and thinking about what's going to happen tomorrow at work. They're not thinking about death to America over there. They don't give two shits over there.
No.
It's all the politicians that make us fight each other on Earth, but not in space. We're all friends, of course.
Yeah, and around the Antarctic, they all agree on everything down there too.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Science.
We're gonna play this real quick. Here's
of rock,
science for you guys.
which have been eroded away from larger rocks. The color of the sand on a beach is determined by what kind of rocks the sand came from.
I like it better than the speed.
And coral reefs, coral rock is the source of the sand. So the beach is bright white like the rock it came from. Near volcanic islands like Hawaii, the sand may be very dark, having originated in dark basaltic rock from a volcano. And while much sand is formed by wind and waves eroding away the rocks, there is another most unusual source of sand in the tropics, the parrotfish. Parrotfish love to munch on live coral. Coral only has a very thin skin of living tissue over the limestone skeleton it produces. Parrotfish dine on the coral by scraping it away with extremely hard teeth. The parrotfish inevitably bites off quite a bit of the limestone as it feeds on the living coral. That limestone passes through the fish's digestive tract and emerges out the other end as finely ground sand particles. Yes, you heard me right. Parrotfish poop out sand. A lot of sand. One scientific estimate suggests that as much as 85% of the sand on a tropical beach is made by parrotfish. So the next time you're enjoying
Hear that, guys? 85% of the sand on these tropical islands is parrot poop.
a great day at the beach, you can thank a parrotfish for all the free.
Oh, baby.
I think it's better in the fast motion, and the music makes it sound even more ridiculous. Oh my god!
And then of course there's this, my favorite scene in 300.
Oh, but the arrow went in. All right, that's Jim. I don't know how much you can play it. So
that's what they.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Oh, we took two guys out.
yeah, the humanity.
That's all.
All in one scene.
Am I the?
Yes.
Wow, this is.
Like hitting the brick wall.
We were in parrotfish land. What's going on?
Yeah, we see this and we think that this is how it's actually going on,
Yeah, they didn't use chainmail; they used baby oil. These guys.
Yeah. That's They're so oily that the blade just slid off across this chest.
Wow, how did we go there? Holy cow!
I had it up, and all that chainmail was making me.
But that's what they do. They prep us with these kinds of images, and we think that's how it was supposed to be. And it couldn't be way far from this, because I wouldn't go in battle with only a diaper.
That's what I'm saying. We also got to cover, like we've talked about Civil War, even with Steve and stuff, about how no action photos, right? And it's always drawings and cartoons. And now when you look at, say, the Wild West, there's a whole thing, how it was created. Hollywood created that whole genre. And when you look at actual cowboy hats back in the day, they look more like bowler hats, they said, kind of like Laurel and Hardy would wear that kind of hat. And they're like canvas and soft, and they could squeeze them and do what they needed. The cowboy hats today are so ridiculous. Like, you get a moment on a horse, the thing flies off. So what are you gonna do? Put a chin strap on? Otherwise, look like a really dumb cowboy. You know what I mean? It's like, it makes no sense when you think about it now. And the Wild West, walking around with just shooting people because they flip the table up. And
You're right. That whole Wild West thing, and taming the Wild West and everything, gunslinging and all that stuff. It's definite. It all goes along with the narrative. Every piece to the historical narrative timeline, we have to break down each narrative.
If the buildings were already here, they didn't have to tame the Wild West. It was already here. So they had to put the Hollywood version to explain the difference. And then when you ask about the earlier stuff, they create the whole dinosaur narrative and that. And it's like you say, it's all just pieces to the same puzzle. Yeah. The high God and where you are. That's where it ends up. All of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and then how did these people get out west? There was no trails out over these mountains that were able to, take what they were taking out there. Even the cars for the roads that when they finally went out there and stuff. It's just none of the narrative makes sense. It seems to me like everything was perfectly orchestrated. They had scouts that went out after the reset, after the X Factor event, whatever, go out, or even maybe even used airships to go over different locations and map them out again, what they look like now, and then get people on the ground to go in and scout out these areas, see what's maybe like where they're going to dig down to. They know where the buildings are. They have the original maps. They know what this stuff is. And they knew what was in all these buildings too. So they had to get rid of all that stuff. Somebody put in curbs at a certain level. So the people who did come into town had the idea that that's ground level. So there was already curbs there. Mm-hmm. There was no roads because they didn't want to bother with the roads. It was like, let's just get the curbs in so people know when they get here, this is ground level. They don't even think about nothing else. Because if we don't put curbs in, they're going to see that there's more to this building down there.
Yeah.
And there's another narrative too that I call complete garbage bullshit on now too. And this whole thing, there's yet another story about some ancient tribe that resorted to cannibalism. And when you go back to if you ever read the Donner Party stories, I read them and I was just like aghast reading it. Now I look at it, it was all just more propaganda to make me think that they traveled the Wild West. And I'll put it, you don't have to answer anyone, but put it in the chat. Like Shapu said, to actually go and kill a human being that's standing in front of you, most people I would think can't do that. And to actually say, I have a choice of dying of starvation or eating this person that I hung out with, or my mother or whoever, I think I would just let God take me at that point. I can't imagine anyone ever getting to this stage where, I'll just eat this other person. Another stupid nonsense thing they've put into our psyche, whatever, that's possible. But I very much doubt hopefully anyone I know wouldn't feel that way, especially ones that'll be here in the apocalypse. But
that's very true.
Thank you.
I agree 100%.
Yeah, they did the same story with the people of South America, when they first came here. They said they were like eating all the people, but they were only these people there, so I don't know, but they probably just want to kill the ones that came in just to make them scared that, we're gonna eat you.
Yeah, and then they just buried him. They're like, okay, let's eat him. Screw that, I'm not eating him. Let's go kill that pig. I'm not eating that guy. And do they taste like where they're from? Does like Italian people taste like Italian food? I don't know.
Maybe. Yeah.
I don't believe in that anymore. I think it's another just boogeyman to like scare us. I know. This whole chat's always about the boobies, but no, another boogeyman just to scare us.
Yeah. So much.
Yep. So also I talk about the ships, the wooden ships with the sails don't seem to match the elaborate ornate buildings and architecture and tech that we see on top of the buildings and everything. Shapu and I have covered the tall ships, the St. Elmo's fire, and probably what they were using. I don't think sails were the only means of getting around. Maybe it was a backup system, maybe of some sort. That could be as well in tandem with whatever technology they were using. They had the capacity to capture electricity on these ships. And I don't feel like they had just rudimentary ways of communicating with each other, like through flags or say flashes from candlelight as kind of like Morse code or whatever, between ships and stuff like that. Some of these ships, and if you read some of the stories about them going to the Arctic and stuff, or even the Antarctic area where they're exploring new areas, they'll say this one ship will go off and leave the rest of the crew in this other ship waiting at this island. They'll be gone for 2 days and come back and tell them what was out there or something. It's like, you don't even know what happened to this person or the ship. You have no information. You just have to sit there and wait if they even come back. This type of stuff doesn't make any sense. So I think they had the same technology, or even better, maybe possibly on water, traveling the oceans as they did on land, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Oh. So tomorrow night we're going to be on your show.
Yeah. Why not?
Okay.
Let's do this again.
Topic?
Well, I had, whatever you want. I put in there about the grafting of the olive tree. So that was kind of where I was thinking. But anywhere you want to go, if you have, like, this was so fascinating, and there's people maybe that, didn't see this, not bring it all, but some of the interesting things where you showed chainmail with the electricity and the fashion, that kind of thing was cool. Yeah. And, whatever we can to discuss, because I really think it's important. I'm going to try to come up with a PC correct way for YouTube to discuss who we are and who people are, as far as the different names of tribes and people, Jewish versus Gentile, that idea, and explain it, because Jesus wasn't there for certain people, then it's for all of us. And I think it's an area that a lot of people have trouble. And so that's kind of the basic idea I had there. But then, of course, just the regular nonsense, like you showed that. I'm going to have to grab that article about what is it? The Japanese are shooting meteors out their planes or satellites.
Oh, yeah. I just closed out the article.
No, that's all right. You'll send it to me, whatever was fine. But yeah, stuff like that. Just use it.
Yeah, I have it in my other stuff. I'll definitely get it. That's really interesting.
But yeah, it's just a fun group and party, and the chat's wonderful. And let's just keep it going. Have another party night tomorrow night. Yeah, there's still 70 people I see here. So
yeah, I know. I can't believe it. But we are going to get ready to wind this down. We're at the 3-hour mark, and I just want to thank you guys so much. I had a lot of fun, and really that's what this is all about. We're learning. We have more questions and answers sometimes at the end of these shows. We know we've been lied to about everything, so it is our due diligence to go through these narratives and try to pick them apart, just like we did with the imperial crown of Russia and the Romanovs, the giant ships, the Great War, the pole shift, Polaris, pole shift. All this stuff ties into our real story. And, if we don't know the past, we're doomed to repeat it again. And this is how they get over on us. So I really appreciate you guys helping me out, busting these narratives. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow night's show. Shapu, do you have anything on closing?
Yeah, thank you, Jen, again for this show, and CFM for joining us. Yeah, no, Jen, it's absolutely true what you just said. Yeah, we have more questions than answers every time.
Yeah,
we try to answer one question and 2-3 more comes up. So
yeah, but it's exhilarating. The truth, I find it to be extremely exhilarating, and it gives me the energy and the perseverance to continue on down these paths. And I just never seem to get tired of it. And it's amazing where it leads us. We have amazing shows. Even though we don't plan them out. I generally have a topic, or you'll have a topic, but we don't plan out every inch of the show. I mean, we just roll with it, and the truth just feels so good. That's
yeah. Because I didn't even think about the show was still on today, because we didn't talk since like 2 days ago. I was just busy, and I was sleeping just 30 minutes before the show on the couch. So, oh my God!
And I like the joy and the laughter that these shows bring, and the chat appreciates it. And I know Jamie and also Trisha, they both have gone through some back end things, and they're hurting, but at the same time, laughter is a good medicine. And so for everyone that's feeling that, it's a great thing that we can do that by God's grace, and bring some joy during these times, and laugh at the silliness of the things that they want to scare us with.
Yeah,
that's
hallelujah.
beautiful.
Yeah. And on that note, we're going to get out of here, guys. Let it not be said that we stood by and did nothing. I love you guys. We took care of some business tonight. Hang around for the song. We are out of here.
31.
You've got brakes. What brakes?